We'd like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time, where the passport bros. We'd like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time, where the passport bros. We'd like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time, where the passport bros. We'd like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time, where the passport bros. Show. What is going on, brothers? What is going on? It's your dude, Mr. International Passport. We are here again for yet another classic live stream. I hope you're doing well wherever you are around the world. If you can hear me in the live stream chat, press 1. Mayday, check 1 2, check 1 2. How's my audio feel? Am I good?
Yeah, good. I can hear you.
Awesome. So, who else is here? Who else is here, brothers? Type of 1. Who else is here? Arfel Fields in the building. Title invalid. What's going on there? Who else is here? Type of 1 the chat. Awesome. Yeah. Who else is here? So let's get straight into it, okay? So first and foremost, thank you very much for your time. Much appreciated. When you come in the live stream today, like the video, hit the super chats, show me some support. That'd be greatly appreciated. And of course, join the Patreon for intel on foreign women, stocks, and crypto. Copy your merch too, and book your IT consultations with me via the Candy link in the description box below. So, as you know, special announcement, okay? If you want the Japan streams, if you want the Germany streams, if you want the obviously Spain streams as well, okay? Get me to 100 plus followers on both Twitch and on Kick, okay? So make sure you get that done and you will get those streams. I'm trying to get that done by the end of this year. Okay, so make sure you follow me on those platforms and you will get those streams. Okay, aside from that, let me post a link to the Kick on the Twitch. You know what to do. Create an account and follow me on there and you will get those streams. Okay, so here's my Kick link in the chat. There you go. And here is my Twitch link in the chat. Okay, there you go. Make sure you follow me on there. There you go. Okay, awesome. So before we get into the meat of things, okay, how you doing today, bro? You good?
I'm good, actually. Yeah, I've had a pretty good day. Class is good. Let me think. What else? Students are doing well. Our AI course is moving right along. Kubernetes is doing well. Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, I'm good. How about you?
Awesome,
how's
man. It's all good, bro. Officially finished my current Python course, so looking forward to teaching brothers Q1 next year. I want to say a huge shout out to my former Python students. If you're here in the chat, let me know. Type of 1 in the chat. It was awesome teaching y'all over the past several months. You've all been great students, very smart students, and you know, you guys are going to be very successful in IT and the new skills that you've learned with Python. And for the people who are interested in Python, February 2025. Okay, I'm aiming for that while taking new people. I'm looking forward to you know, teaching Python to brothers who are interested in IT, Python, and the whole 9 yard. Okay, so
and hold on.
Let's get
Remember, everyone, for my AI course in March 2026, one of the requirements is that you have to successfully pass the Python course with IP, and you can't just take it. I actually have to have a verification from IP that you passed it. I'm not playing around. There's a lot of Python in my course, so IP is a very good teacher. I very much recommend that you take this course in order to take my AI course.
Awesome. Thank you, Theo. AI is the future, and Theo is also a great teacher too. So don't you miss out on that, okay? Don't you miss out on that. So the topic of the live stream, as you can see on the chat, okay, we're going to break down the actions of an English lady called Lily Phillips, okay, who has been trending not only in the UK heavily, but worldwide too, okay? Her actions and her statements have sparked a conversation in feminism, in, you know, the whole 304 culture, what's going wrong in our society. And I'm obviously a UK brother, and I can tell you that there's a lot of Lily Phillips in the UK. They just hide it very well, and they're just not on camera. Okay, and this is the reason why, you know, I'm trying to get away from these UK women, and I don't date them. Would definitely not marry them or have them as girlfriends anymore. Okay, because there's a whole bunch of 304s in the UK. Okay, but before I break down my experiences, right, and my observations about what's really going on here and the UK degenerate culture that is producing women like Lily Phillips, okay, let me just share my screen as to what's really got her trending this year, okay? So let me share my screen over here. Why is that not working? Okay, hold on. Flipping. Save. Go live. That was weird. Okay, so here we go. So let me pull up the article over here. Okay, present, share screen over here. Okay, so you can see here, right? It says here, so-called model. You know, and this word model has been dumbed down over the past 10 years. She's not a model. A model is someone like Naomi Campbell, right, that we saw on Vogue and back in the day. Not no 304 that's getting smashed on camera. That's not a model. That's a 304. 304.
Wait.
Really, go on, bro.
Wait, so in the same way, when we play Call of Duty, we're special ops. I mean, I'm a Navy SEAL. You know what I mean? I'm a Navy SEAL. I'm sure you're part of UK Special Forces, right? Okay, you can continue.
304, Lily Phillips, who slept with 101 men in a day, okay, says she's never needed money and was sick of giving SCX away for free. What on earth is going on here? The so-called model, aka the 304, is now planning to bed 1,000 men in 24 hours. Lord, okay? So here's a video of this chick over here. Let's see what it says here.
So I was never much. I actually wanted to wait till marriage at one point.
I just used to think it was a real special thing.
As soon as I actually did it, I kind of realised that it wasn't special, and also that I just really loved it and really enjoyed it, and that I wanted to do it way more often.
And do you think your partner one day will be someone from the industry, most likely, or?
Yeah, I talk about this a lot with my parents because that's one thing I guess they worry about.
Wow. Okay, so let me then go on to the article over here. Right, don't play this. All right, it says here, a 23-year-old woman who set herself a challenge of sleeping with 101 men in one day got candid about her experience. Okay, Lily Phillips revealed that she didn't take on the controversial feat for financial gain. So what's going on here? So it says here, okay, so the OnlyFans 304 has amassed an audience of 36,000 paying customers on the platform. She has 36,000 people subscribed to her OF. So let's say she's charging $8 per month. 36,000 times 8. That's in a six-figure ballpark. Who's paying? Who's doing this? Come on, guys, man. That's insane. Through her content creation challenges, she has already made £2 million. Wow. Okay, which is around $5 million. However, She recently revealed that money was never the motivation behind her career. I didn't get into OF because I was desperate for money, Lily said Mail Online. Okay, let's see over here. My parents loved to spoil us. I had a very comfortable, happy life. It was the picture perfect childhood, and I had amazing parents. Lily admitted to feeling embarrassed by her notoriety while featuring in a recent documentary about her unique career. Okay, so let's carry on over here. I always thought that private school kids were a bit weird, Lily explained. And I was not that smart and thought that I would be at the bottom of my class. So I told my parents that I didn't want to go to private school. This is a background. So let's see what she says here. So this is her crying, right, after sleeping with 100 dudes in one day. Look at her crying for you. This is insane. Look at this.
I think sometimes like feeling so like robotic, like by the, I think like the 30th, you know, like when we're getting on a bit, I've got like a routine of like how we're going to do this. And like, it just, sometimes you'd like disassociate and be like, you know.
So after the 30 dudes she was smashing on that same day, she just checked out. Of course she's going to check out. It's not normal.
Like, it's not like normal things at all. In my head right now, I can think of like 5, 6 guys, 10 guys that I remember. And that's it.
Wow. Okay. So it says here, while the model, she's not a model. While the 3 or 4 who grew up in Denby, Derbyshire, turned her back on the privileged opportunity, her brother accepted the parents' offer. Okay. Let's see over here. Okay. So it says here, right? However, so despite her doubt over academic abilities, Lily received 5 GCSEs and went on to university to study nutrition. However, she revealed that she started sleeping around once she left home. And that proves my point. I'm telling you, right, on these university campuses, all right, there's a lot of 3 or 4 activity going on there. And I know how these UK chicks operate in these campuses, right? They are throwing that box around left, right, forward, center. I keep telling you, this is why I'm very cautious about wiping up a chick that had lived on campus.
Oh, this is more than throwing it around. This is more like a catapult. This is like throwing it around. A normal woman can't do this. Like, this is a bit much. Anyway, I just thought like there's a possibility that she has a larger end count than everybody watching the stream right now combined. Anyway, all right, continue on. Good.
Theo, I know she smashed 100 dudes in one day, right? But there are women that are smashing 100 dudes in 1 year at university campuses, bro. Without a doubt.
Oh, yeah. I definitely, only a woman can do this. I mean, we can't possibly do 100 in a day. It's just not physically possible. Well, a woman can. So, I mean, I'm just, anyway, I'm stunned over this one. And let's continue because I'm kind of speechless. Go ahead.
So it says here in 2020, she decided to create her OF account, raking in £2,000 in the first month. She was sort of selling SCX to guys on her night out without making any money, so she thought she may as well charge for it. Okay. She revealed that since the COVID pandemic allowed her more time to invest in her OF exploits, she was no longer required to attend lectures in person. Her online side hustle.
Wait. So she was going out and she wasn't making money from going out? What is that? So she was going out and sleeping with guys and she wasn't getting paid for it. What it says, so I was sort of without anything, I was sort of selling. I'm also charged for it. Oh my god. Anyway, I just want to say this reminds me of some Japanese women. But continue. Wait, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but we know you need to unpack that later on, bro.
Because Japanese women, like a lot of them that sell it like this, they come from houses just like her. So 2 parents, firm background, high school, everything is fine. They can go to university, everything is set, and they're selling the box. And you're looking at them like, why? I don't get it. So like when Japanese workers are doing things, it's not the normal model that we have in the West of this poor girl being oppressed by the system. No, she's usually bored. She's usually richer than you are. She's just bored. So anyway, go ahead and continue. I'm just looking back and like, okay, civilizations is falling apart. Anyway, go ahead. I'm good.
So it says here, right? Let's see. Her online hustle has helped her to invest in a high-end flat in West London. Wow. And despite criticism and her own self-admitted embarrassment, Lily insists that she feels empowered and happy to work. That's that feminist BS over there. Honestly, it's changed my life, how I feel about myself, my confidence, she explained. She is a 23-year-old woman who pays her own rent and earns good money. I am very proud of what I've achieved. I'm a feminist, 100%. This is what
feminism. I did okay. So sleep with 100 guys and feminism. You would think that the guys are the ones who are making out like bandits here. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You know, yeah. This has got it kind of good for the guys. Anyway, continue. This is interesting.
So Lily has now set her sights on breaking the record for most actual partners in 24 hours. Her team is currently vetting 5,000 men. Come on, why would you even apply for that in the first place? You know what? As much as we blame the woman for this, right? Why did we have to also blame the dudes that are taking part in this? No, because who's running through it? Dudes. Why are dudes, right, signing up to be a part of the 1,000 dudes to smash this OF 304? Come on, bruv. Come on, bruv. I mean, so you're telling me, right? One dude is happy to be the 100th dude to get inside of her. The other dude is happy to be the 900th dude to get inside of her. Before that, there was 800 guys in her. That's disgusting, bro. That is literally disgusting, bruv. Ugh. Come on, man. Some dudes are not right in the head for you, bruv.
Well, no, you know what necrophilia is, right?
I know what that is for you, right? But
well, at least she has a pulse. I mean, you know what I mean? I always tell women, you shouldn't really think about how you look. Just make sure you're healthy, but you should just focus on how you treat a man. Because if you think about your looks all the time, remember that a man will go to a morgue and think he won the lottery. So you have a pulse. You're on a different level compared to that. So just it's really easy for you. Like you're not. You've got it on easy mode. Like we have to work and work and work in order to do something, right? So these guys, yeah, they don't care. That's it. They're just going through it. Also, I don't care actually. If women just want, like, you have Babylon, you know, the temples in Babylonia where the women were doing the same thing, right? And so they were just guys were running through them all the time. I'm just, oh well. I just keep on going. That's it. Oh well. All right. Wow. I don't think she could do like 50 black guys and then do 950 guys after that. She'll have nothing left. So I'm just saying she'll pass out. So anyway, okay.
Whoever applied for the chance to be one of the 1,000 chosen to sleep with the star in February. Wow. So it says here, right? Okay, that's the end of the article. Okay, so we have a lot to discuss here because you know, something isn't right in the UK, and this obviously further extends to the West itself. Okay, the first point here, right, is that feminism has gone off the rails. right? To the point where, in my opinion, it's a threat to society. It's a threat to the norms that have been in place for thousands of years. Okay, feminism has caused this kind of life, right? Her saying she's a feminist, she feels empowered. There's nothing empowering getting ran through by a bunch of dudes in one day. That's low IQ thinking, right? And this is the reason why, I, as a Black British man who has lived in the UK his whole life, I've seen women like this. I've seen it.
Oh yeah,
University.
yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen it at work. I see it every day, bruv. And I keep far away from them. Right? I keep far away from them. This is the reason why we are passport bros. This is the reason why passport bros exist. Because even though the women that, even though all women are not on camera doing this, right, they're in private doing it. There's parties that go on. There's so-called SCX freaky parties going on. There's women on campuses that are letting multiple dudes smash. Bruv, I ain't wiping none of that off. None of that up. And that's very prevalent in the UK. A lot of you dudes believe that UK is about, tea and crumpets and the queen and the king. Some of you brothers believe that black men have dinner and tea and crumpets with the king every week and every day. It's hell over here,
How about
bruv.
Kit Kat? How about Kit Kat fish and chips? Chelsea, Manchester. There's football. You have the bridge. Culture. That's what I thought it was. I thought that's what it was. It was tea and Kit Kats.
No, homie. No, bruh.
No, I thought
Nope.
I was wrong. I was totally blind. I didn't get it all right when I was there. Oh.
It is some real stuff that's going through here, man, in terms of the quality of women in the UK. Basically, America 2.0. The average woman walking around is a 3 or 4, right? And I noticed that, I spotted that, I checked out completely. I was like, nah, I can't do it. And it's not just the Beckys that are on this time, right? She's a Becky, right? The BWs are on this time too. The BWs are following the leads of Becky. Oh my goodness, the BWs in the UK, the body counts are off the flipping chain. They get ran through by Tyrone at university. They get ran through after university by Pookie and Ray Ray. I'm like, nah, bruv. This is degeneracy. This is a sick culture that we are living in inside the West. It's a sick culture. Sick. This woman here comes from a middle class family, clearly well off, right? Clearly had everything given to her and chose a life of filth. Something isn't going right in society. And I'll tell you why. There's no shame. There's no shame anymore in the West. There's no shame. If there was shame, right, no dude would even sign up to this garbage act. No woman would even think of doing this, bro. It's no shame.
Yeah, I again, you have in the States, like, there would be a American football game, and then there would be the girl who would go through the entire football team in one night. Or in my high school, we had 3 sisters who each one of them went through each member of the football team in one night. Amazingly, all 3 got married. I follow them. I'm like, does your husband know? I don't think your husband knows. Like, we know it. We know what happened to you. So this is pretty bad, to be honest. I just kind of look at it and say, like, you do you. I mean, if that's what you want to do, I'm just going to stay very far away from you. I'm not going to entertain it. In this woman's case in particular, I'm not going to, although to identify her, I found out who she was, but I'm like, I'm not going to click on anything related to you. I'm not going to have any money given to you or anything like that. I'm not going to check you out. I'm not going to give you any attention. I hope wherever she's going in life, I hope she figures it out. When she says this is feminism and empowering, I'm like, are you sure? And I'm like, all right, because I really don't think, in the 1920s, they were trying to get the right to vote so that they can do this. Really don't think so. I just don't think this is what's going on. So, oh well. I hope the best for her. But for these kinds of people and these kind of acts, I just stay away. I think the number one is an Australian, actually, for the most amount of partners in one day. I think she's an Aussie. So I think it's like 960, something like that. So that's why she wants 1,000. And I'm just kind of like, why is it that these English Anglophiles, why is it that Anglophiles are competing like this? You don't get a Russian woman coming out and saying, I want to do 1,000 a day. You barely even get a Russian saying she wants 10 in a day. That would be totally shocking, right? You see a Hungarian doing this, well, maybe if she's working in the industry, but it would never be this number. French woman, no. So I just kind of look at them and say, oh well, she has that stare. Look at those eyes. It's like she's gone. And again, we were talking before we started this. Yeah, I checked her out. I checked out her material, and my thought was, she's just an average snow bunny. And like, if things were normal, she'd probably just be a church girl. She's 23. A guy would probably be pretty happy in the church to like wipe her up, and they'd probably be having some spicy time together. Her husband would be thrilled, because Christian women are notorious for not giving up the box to their husband, and then have some kids, and that'd be life, right? Just kind of a nice, quiet little life. Why she's doing this, I have no idea.
And you know what, right? Like, this is the reason why I keep saying that religion and Islam, right, they're doing something right, particularly Islam, right? Particularly that Middle East area. There's a lot of shame there. You won't see a Saudi Arabian woman come out and say this. You won't see a Qatari woman come out and say that. You won't see Bahrainian. You won't see Dubai, UAE, right? Religion, Islam, and the whole Middle East culture, there's a lot of shame there, and this kind of stuff is unspeakable and unheard of. Okay, and this story here is a symptom of how the West has fallen. This is what happens when you remove God from the schools, from life. You remove religion from all areas of activity. You produce people like this who have no guilt, okay, who have no shame and have no morals, and that's why I keep telling brothers, right? You want to go for a religious woman in the future, because morality comes from religion. Guilt comes from religion. If a woman has no God in her life, no religion, where's her morality coming from? And on that note, right, how about Japan? Because in Japan, right, and watch out for my upcoming streams about Japan. Get me to 100 followers on Twitch and Kick. You get those streams. There's a lot of 3 or 4s out there in Japan. There is. And there's women there that are slinging that box left and right in Japan. And guess what? Japan is a godless country. Now, yes, can you find a wife in Japan? Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. But let's not kid ourselves as to, this only being a Western thing, right? It's predominantly in the West, but I'm seeing symptoms of 3 or 4ism in Japan, in South Korea, right?
No, not like this though. They're not running numbers like this. This is unusual. No, they just don't do numbers like this. Even I don't even know how to say. Oh, I can say this to you. Okay. Even the punishment for affairs wouldn't involve this much wood in Japan. I'm serious. It'd be about 10 at max. So this is they don't. This is an extremity. So like, you know, okay, a college girl in her first 2 semesters at university going through 60 guys, you and I probably would not be surprised. People in the chat wouldn't be surprised with that right now, right? 60 guys in Japan, even for a professional, would be a high number. They just don't do that. And that's way too high. So this is, like, also you see like OF, right? You have 1% of US population of women are apparently registered on OF. Unheard of in Japan. You never get those numbers. So they're not, what you have in the West, is something in particularly, you have a particularly strong deviation from the norm. Even from sexual deviation, this is a particular strong deviation.
So next point here, right, is that, you know, I've seen some people blame men for this woman's actions. I've seen some people online saying that we can blame men for these women's actions. I don't know what's going on here, right? But this here just shows you how women lack any sort of accountability in all areas of their lives. This woman woke up herself one day, she wants to get banged by 100 dudes and 1,000 dudes in the future. Men didn't to do that. She did that herself.
She did herself.
How are men to blame for that? So Phil, a lot of I'll be with you, right? The West is filled with low IQ people, and feminism is a big problem. Feminism is literally a big problem that needs to be solved in the West. It needs to be saved, bro. Because this is, how can you blame men for this? Break it down for us, bro.
So let's think about it. I heard a lot of feminists talking about how Hugh Hefner was so horrible. Okay, apparently, do you know how they recruit 90% of their women, or the women who they use? The women send
other women. Yeah.
The women send nudes of themselves freely to Playboy. So only about 10% are recruited. The rest are, the women are themselves doing it. And I always tell the feminists, I said, how can you possibly say that these guys are abusing women when the women send the photos freely? I was like, okay, so if you send me a naked photo of yourself, I'm the bad one? I don't get it. I don't know. Not possible. No, that's not correct. No, sorry, that is you. So, I look at the women. I look at the men as I look at the women here as being the ones who are responsible. What I always tell women also, especially in the States, is that there could be 10 good guys who will totally love and respect, honor their wives. The woman will go and choose the one guy who's a Pookie Ray Ray, totally like a socially horrible person, get knocked up with him. Then that woman will come back to the other 10 guys who haven't done anything, say she getting pregnant is because of men, and men are horrible. And we're looking at her like, don't blame us. We didn't do anything. It's not our thing. So if she's trying to blame men for this, so she's blaming men for her empowerment. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I just think that would go. That's horrible. So anyway,
I wanna pull one out for all the brothers, all the dudes that are raising daughters in the West. Stay strong, because I know it must be hell raising a daughter in 2024 in the West, let alone anywhere. And I can see why a lot of dudes that I speak to don't want daughters, and I don't blame them. A lot of guys do not want a daughter; they want all sons. Can you blame them? Not really, bro. I can't blame them. I think that this is a very horrible time to raise a daughter in any time period in history right now. Social media, what they push out, in music, what they push out in films, right? So for you to raise a successful daughter, your wife, right, needs to be on the same page as you. And that's why I mentioned previously, right? Don't just worry about looks with women. Her values matter very more. Do you guys agree on how you're going to raise your kids? Because, if you have two parents here who have different ideas and ideologies, the kid will normally pick one. So if the mum is a lot more liberal in her thinking, the daughter will pick the mum's side over you as a conservative-minded brother. Whereas if dad and mum are conservative, more than likely, not 100% though, but more than likely the daughter will be taken from both of you. You're both aligned, right? And I can't. And this is the reason why pick your woman wisely. Looks are not everything, bro. That's why give me a 6 out of 10 woman who's conservative, right? Who dresses modestly, right? Who isn't a stunner. I'd rather take that for you, right? Than a 10 out of 10 than a 10 out of 10 chick who's a liberal, who's gorgeous, very liberal, far left. I don't want that. Give me an average looking chick that's conservative. It's more about looks at this time, bro. Honestly, and that's why religion matters for you, bro. You get your morality, the way you live life from religion. The Bible matters. The Quran matters, and that's why you don't see much 304s from Middle East. It's there, it's everywhere, but the amount of 304s compared to our 304s in the West, there's no comparison. Let's keep it real. I fear for men raising daughters right now. I fear for you, brothers. And I get it. I get why a lot of brothers want sons. I get it. Having a son is just a lot more easy. So go on for you, bro. Go on, bro.
Hold on. So
just keep it real.
Okay. Well, you're having, okay, again, my mom, just to be honest, my mom was a total 304. She told me about it. And when I saw what my mom was doing, what my mom had done, I correlated, I said, the reason why we have so many problems in my childhood is because my mom was a total 304 before. And it just reinforced the idea that I don't want to do anything like that. Nothing. Zero. So if you have the women, if you have girls who are repeating what their mothers are doing, that's an issue. Me, I rejected it because I was like, there's no way before like that. No. So yeah, I hopefully some kids learn, but I guess a lot of girls are not. But what she's saying about her parents, I don't think her parents look like straight, normal, good people,
And that's what I'm saying. It's outside influences, it's social media, it's friends, it's what happens in the schools, it's what they teach in schools, that's what I'm saying. Having a daughter in the West, bro, is kind of a risk, it really is, right? It really, really is, I don't know how some dudes do it, but I get why a lot of dudes don't want daughters. It's just issues with them. Issues. Let's keep it real, bro. Okay. People in the chat, type a 1 if you want a daughter. Type a 2 if you don't want a daughter. Be real with me. Type a 1 if you want a daughter. Type a 2 if you don't want a daughter. So 1 for daughter, 2 if you don't want a daughter. And keep it real with me. You see a lot of 2s. Go on, bro.
No, just so you know, I want a daughter. Yeah, but I would not raise a daughter in the West. It's impossible. Well, I do want a daughter.
I don't want one, bruv. Give me all sons.
Yeah, I definitely want at least one daughter. But if I had a daughter, I would only raise her like in Colombia or Morocco or something like that. Like there's no way I would not have her set foot in the West.
If I have a daughter, I'm raising in the Middle East. Straight up, first way ticket, first flight there. She gonna convert to Islam. She gonna wear a Quran hijab. That's no cap, bro. No cap, bro. I'm not even serious, bro. I'm being serious here. But even in Japan, I don't think I even raised in Japan because the way it's going in Japan, I don't like what I'm feeling. I'll be with you. I don't like what I saw in Japan. I don't like what I'm seeing there. I think there's some sort of hidden agenda.
Very small microcosm of Japan. You're not really seeing Japan. The Tokyo metropolitan area has 36 million people. You're not seeing it all. You're seeing a very small part. That's all. Most Japanese people are very boring people, redundant, like repetitive, day in, day out. They're nothing's going on. That's it. They're just eating food, going home alone. That's it. And Cho Mary, Japan has not changed. It's the same. You've only been there for 6 months. You're an illiterate, non-speaking barbarian as far as the Japanese are concerned. You need to go get a permanent visa in Japan, actually learn to read and write over 2,000 kanji, and then come back and actually talk about knowing Japan. Until there, your 6 little months in Japan is a little pipsqueak. I was in Japan over 150 months straight. What do you got, bro? You got 0. All right. So we're talking about how Japanese people are. You're really seeing a microcosm. What you need to do is really go there longer and see how monotonous most Japanese people's lives are. They're nothing like this. Not even close.
But feel right, like, but women who like, I don't want to speak too much about Japan because I'm seeing it through streams, right? But women who like were dressing conservatively, feel right, they had bodies. Like, even though they're covering their arms, covering their legs, covering their chest, looking really conservative.
No, I mean,
but they got bodies.
You
I was
have
like, what?
Well, no, they're not really out of their bodies. Maybe if some of them, well, I don't know who you're talking to, but you're not really there long enough to get a good idea of what it's like. The bodies are small, so it's really not as anywhere in the degree that you're thinking it is. It's not happening like that. Hold on, Cho Berry. Japan has over 2,000 years of history. If you're thinking about Japan in reference to Instagram, it really shows your lack of education and understanding of Japanese culture and history. Go back, learn again, do the basics. You're really not understanding the situation. So what we have here, again, in the West, this is a really bad deviation that you're seeing here with this woman. And then you're seeing a lot of other women who are actually doing this. The amount of OF fans, models that you're having, content creators. This is a horrible explosion that you're having in the West. This is a huge thing. Other countries are influenced outside of the Anglophile world. Sure, they're influenced, but I don't think it's anywhere nearly as bad as you're having in the Anglophiles. So, what's going on here? I don't know. I just don't know. But if you go to Japan, you're talking about a woman sleeping with 100 guys in one day. They'd be stunned.
Oh yeah, no one. Unless she's an adult movie star, right? However, hundred
even
dudes,
there, they don't do that. They don't.
Phil,
Even those.
like
That's why I said only 10. That 10 is about the worst. But they wouldn't all penetrate her. That's the thing. Yeah. I'm trying to keep it clean, but
Phil, like, come on, bruv.
Like what you just saw, the word you just saw there in the chat, that's where you would get 10 from.
That's still a problem, brother. That's still a problem. Like, it's just like literally like in Japan, right? Like 100 dudes.
Punishment. You wouldn't get 100 dudes. That's historic. What that word in the chat.
Osaka.
That was no. You're not
easy, bro.
No.
Osaka chicks, bro. But I thought Tokyo was bad. Osaka chicks, brother. They for their box round, brother. Like, bro, let's keep it real, bro.
No. They're not doing that kind of crap. No, they don't have enough time to do that. They're just straight out. You'd have to have some sort of organization and time for that. That doesn't happen with them. No, it's not who they are. It's not going to happen like that. Hold on. Gotta go crazy. Cho Mary, we're talking about now today. again, I'm Cho Mary, and tell you again, you are an uneducated, illiterate foreigner in Japan. You speak a little bit of Japanese, sure, but you don't have the kanji. And without the kanji, you're not able to actually speak to the Japanese and understand them properly. You have to be able to read, and you can't do that. You're illiterate. So I'm taking you down a few steps because there were other guys before in Japan who talk the crap like you do. They don't last 2 years in Japan. They're at Narita at a certain point because they can't take Japan. They're out of the country. They never understand the Japanese people. If you want to really understand who they are, you need to go there for a long period of time, at least 2 years, and actually work with them, especially in the countryside. Like, I'm not talking, like, we're talking Kanagawa at bare minimum, Chiba, Saitama, those areas. Then you see what the real Japanese are. And you're like, yep, they're boring. There's no freaky time going on here. Now, what you have here with this woman, again, this Western woman, I think there's some sort of massive void in there. There's some issue going on. And I don't know what it is, but it's an issue. But if you look at Japanese women, they're not on OF, not like this. No.
I think it's growing,
They
though.
don't have the numbers.
It's
No,
growing,
no,
Phil.
they don't have 1% of their
Phil,
population
Phil,
on OF.
especially with the Phil, especially with the
1% of their
economy.
population?
Phil, the economy is.
No.
Phil, did we not react to a clip of the other day, right, where it says that Tokyo is becoming Asia's new SCX tourist spot, Phil?
Yeah. You were sniffing some wasabi over that. You went in the wrong place over that one. You have over 1.4 million American women on OF. That would be unheard of, impossible to get that kind of number in Japan. If there were 10,000, I'd be surprised. I'm serious. So 1.4 million? And then you're talking about the Japanese? Come on, man. No, this is we are the ones who are doing it. Have you noticed? Okay, you're doing AI, right? Have you noticed that? Okay, I've been looking at this. AI can predict what snow bunnies look like without their clothing really well, but they can't do Black, Asian, Latina so well. But they can do white girls like that. Why is that? Because there are so many of them nude. There's such an abundance of data about how they look without their clothes that AI has a pretty good idea with their language models of how to draw one who's nude. Asian chicks, they can't do it as well because there's not as many of them who are nude online. They don't have enough data. So the real ones that you'll be looking at, they're snow bunnies. They're the ones who are really doing this. If you're trying to equate like Asians to be on the level of Europeans, no way, man. You're not even coming close. Not even at all. Not even. No. It's when it comes to this kind of media, this kind of content, snow bunnies got the market. We're talking English-speaking snow bunnies. They're number one. They're way above and beyond what other people are doing. Not even, other ones aren't even close to this.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I agree with that.
Yeah. Again, got to go back to Cho Mary. Look, you spent 2 months in Osaka, so you probably were with some West Japanese women who were for the streets. You weren't in all of Osaka. I'm not even talking all of Osaka. You don't speak the language. You're not going around and talking to normal Osakans. You're going around talking to people who are from the streets. That's why you're getting this idea. You should go into the schools and actually teach English or something like that and go to boring, normal areas in Osaka and you'd be like, yep, these people aren't doing anything. These people are pretty boring. That's it. You're getting some media, Chomeri. I'm thinking that's what Japan is. You're illiterate, ignorant, uneducated on the Japanese system. Don't be thinking that you know something here. You don't. And you're basing this kind of things on Instagram or something like that, bro? You're an idiot. Stop it. Stop while you're ahead. You're making a fool out of yourself. Anyway, continue.
Let me read the super chats. Shout out to Mr. Arthur Shows for the support. Let's get the likes up. Yeah, let's get the likes up, please. We have over 125 people watching live right now. Get the likes up, please. Support the channel, support the movement. That'd be greatly appreciated. Shout out to Mr. Quiet Storm for the incredible hefty super chat. Thank you, bro, so much for the incredible super chat. Gotta run, peace, bros. Thank you, brother. Peace for the support and the super chats. Much appreciated, bro. Shout out to Dark Emperor for the support. Super sticker, thank you, brother. Shout out to Dark Coroni, my superstar mod, for the support and for the super sticker. Thank you, bro. Get me so the goal is to get me to 30 super chats for today's live stream. Come on, support the channel, support the movement. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. Okay, so okay, so Theo, what is the solution to how do we stop women from being influenced by this kind of woman? Because Theo, we know women love money, right? And when they see this woman here has made £2 million, which is $5 million of OF, okay, sleeping on camera, doing all that crazy stuff, right? That's gonna likely influence some women to start doing that, okay? Now there's two things here, right? How do we stop this kind of degenerate culture? And number two, if we can't stop it, how do we contain it inside the West, where we don't want it to spread out to other countries around the world to think that this kind of lifestyle and thinking is okay? Because we know how dangerous the US and the UK and the Western media programming is, right? We know how good it is, Phil, right? They can change things in countries through their media and, you know, feminism and whatever they push out by politicians. What's your thoughts there, Phil?
It's impossible.
Damn.
It's literally impossible. I've thought about that also. And why is it that, okay, so you have spicy content from at least the 60s, somewhere around there. And you would think that with, like, women have plenty of examples of what happens to spicy content creators, right? So you would, like we look at it and say, oh, look what happens to her long term, let's not do that. But women don't think that way. And so this is why, instead of there being less spicy content creation, there's more of it. So it's impossible. You can't shut it down. That without some, no, you can't do it. You can't do it. There's nothing we can do.
Wow.
But if they think they can do it, they can do it. There's nothing. It doesn't matter how many baby deletions they have, how many STDs they have, how many of them self-delete, how many of them never get married, never have children, all that kind of stuff. It does not matter. The only thing that as far as I'm concerned, because I'm not one of these women, as far as the only thing that they are concerned with is the dopamine rush of getting the attention today. So I did this one time. You could do this too. This would be kind of a fun experiment. I went to Wikipedia, and there's a section on playmates, and you can go through every month and look at the playmates. And you know, some of these playmates are drop dead gorgeous, like they're like freak of nature, like unbelievably gorgeous, right? I think less than 50% of them got married, and only around 20% of them had children. And if you would just look at it, right? I mean, like, a playmate is a specimen of femininity. Like, she's gonna make super children, right? But in the end, there's no babies, there's no husband, and she usually just gets passed around. So what's the benefit of being a playmate? That's what I thought when I looked at the data. I said, what's the benefit? Like, why would these women do it? And women are competing to be playmates. I don't know.
Damn. So, okay. All right. So number one, let's hope we don't have any daughters. Number two, if you do have a daughter, move to the Middle East. Make sure she converts to Islam to keep her, not keep her away from the nonsense. Number three, obviously monitor your household. Make sure the woman you marry aligns with your ideas and thoughts. Make sure discipline is in the household. Make sure that you tell kids the repercussions of things you could do and how it's going to affect you in a bad way. Make sure you tell your daughters to find a good man, not sleep around, and be patient, etc., etc. It's tough, man, raising daughters, but have faith, and I'm sure the Lord will keep things right for all of us.
But that's the thing. I did a study on that too. I went through and looked at some of these women. How many of them had a close relationship with their fathers? There was no problem. Like everything was good.
But Theo, this woman here, her dad and her mum, her managers. So I'm assuming the parents have a good relationship with her. So what went wrong? As I'm saying, Theo, you just don't know, Theo, right? Is it friends? Is it the school?
No, I don't know where it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. It doesn't have any bearing on it doesn't have the normal narrative. It doesn't support the normal narrative of what's going on there. And so it's what this is why I say you can't stop it. If women decide that they want to do this, they're going to do it. You literally can't stop it. Any woman, we cannot do this, but any woman can go into a parking lot and go up to a guy and say, "Give me a baby," and 15 minutes later she's pregnant. If we go into a parking lot and say, "Woman, give me a baby," we're going to jail. Right?
Yeah.
Right? But a woman can do that. She can literally just walk through the parking lot and get smashed by multiple men. And they have this ability, this capacity is there. All right. That's why I say you can't say there's something you could do to change it. It would require like Islam. It would what oh boy, I don't know. It would require a very strong deterrent in order to keep this kind of behavior in check. That's the only way.
Facts. All right, we're going to ask some clips from this week. Shout out to Mr. Osama Abdi for the support. IP is Lily Phillips from the north of England. Yes, she is. And what are the women in the north of England versus in London like? My favorite sub crush was Kareem Bailey Ray. Is from Leeds. They're all the same, bro. Just different accents. All 3 or 4s, all promiscuous, all just like skanks. And I avoid them like a plague. And I suggest you also should avoid them like a plague too. Do not marry a UK woman. You're asking for hell and problems. Okay, don't do it.
I think it's really unfortunate with the UK women. I do. I think that's just totally okay. I'm just gonna say this, my point of view, from an American. I'm just saying this from an American point of view, right? Mm-hmm. I like their accents. I like English women's accents. I think it's really sexy. I hear the accent and I think it's good. Again, I'm a foreigner. I'm not English, so I hear it and I'm like, wow, you sound so sexy. And then I hear about what they're doing and I'm like, ooh, yeah, you're radioactive. There's a reason why England was separated from the continent. Keep you guys away. All right. I'm taking the tunnel on the other side. Because, ooh, boy, I need to give me some penicillin just from hearing that story. That's how it feels.
Yep, facts, bro. Shout out to Mr. Duck Dissident for the support. Thank you, Duck. Much appreciated, bro. The greatest influence on kids have always been in the home and next of kin. Yep, I agree. You have to rule your family like an iron fist, including custom of relatives and friends. I see grandparents teach their kids to be entitled. Facts, bro. Absolute facts. That's a great point there, man. Don't play with your kids. We don't want any crazy kids, in this passport bro space. We want hardworking kids that will do the right thing, work the right jobs, and and marry the right people, right? Not no crazy stuff, bruv. Okay. So before I react to interesting clips from this week, okay, I'm getting ready. I'm writing down all the Japan intel from my recent trip, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay. If you want those streams to happen, right? Okay, please go and follow me on Kick right now. Okay, here we go. Go and follow me on Kick over here, and go and follow me on Twitch. Get me to over 100 followers on both platforms, and you will get those streams. Okay, those streams will only be on Twitch and Kick. Okay, so if you want those streams, get me to over 100 followers on Kick and Twitch. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. Almost at the finish line. Get me to over 100 followers on Twitch and Kick, okay? And you'll get those streams. I'm going to break down Japan from my eyes only. And of course, anyone can debate me. Anyone can push back. Anyone can agree. That's why we have this channel. We give you nothing but the truth. We give you, brothers, words coming from people of all walks of life, okay? Ain't no cap on this channel. The truth and nothing but the truth, okay? So I'm 3 away on Kick. I'm 21 away from 100 on Twitch. Get me to over 100 followers on Twitch and Kick, and you'll get those live streams. You get Germany. You get Ibiza, Spain. Oh, Ibiza, Spain was that was crazy. I saw a lot of demonic activity in Ibiza, Spain. I keep it real with you. I saw a lot of demonic activity in Ibiza, Spain. I was like, what's going on here? I was seeing foreign chicks from Korea, right? From Argentina, going wild, going crazy in Ibiza, Spain. One chick was basically throwing it at me. I said, nah, I don't know you. It's not happening. You see, and before we react to clips, right? I keep telling brothers, right? Okay, in this world as a man, you need to have actual discipline. You need to have actual discipline. Don't just smash any chick that throws it at you or whatever your little man is thinking. Ascertain the scenario and the situation. I don't know the chick. I don't know her. I don't know her background. I don't know who she's been with. Hell no, I ain't gonna smash a chick that I don't know. Right? You have to think like that, bruv. Right? Yeah. And once you master your urges, right, no one can control you. No woman can control you. Don't just smash every chick that throws at you. Literally, a chick in my hotel, right, would always sit next to me, talk to me, dress very, very, provocative around me, staring at my eyes. Hey, IP, what are you doing after? Hey, IP, what are you doing after? Are you free, IP? I know what she was there for. I'm not stupid. And no, hell no, bruv. It ain't happening. It ain't that right for you. Have discipline, bruv. Discipline makes things easier. Organize your life. Discipline makes things easier. Organize your life. It's gonna be alright. Discipline. Get discipline in your life, bro. Ain't that right for you? Especially when it comes to women. Don't just run through a bunch of chicks, bro. Don't just smash any chick. Listen, in Ibiza, Spain, a lot of demons going there. A lot of demons happening in Ibiza, Spain, bro. A lot of demons. The devil is alive in Ibiza, Spain, bro. And the woman there, they're throwing it to anyone. They're throwing that box. IP is too strong amongst devils, amongst demons. IP got his cross out, IP got his holy water out, and sprayed it on the 304s. And the 304s were screaming and turning into zombies.
Okay, I liked Ibiza. I liked it. It was pretty good. But I did not do those kind of activities. But I wish I could have, to be honest. I would have loved it. In my fantasy world, I would go to Ibiza, go to some of my favorite producers, and I would have dropped E. From everything I've heard about E, it's the perfect substance for me. But I did not drop E, did not do it. But of course, that's what I wanted to do. I saw other people drop an E. Oh yeah. Yeah, they were doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I was like, whoa. But yeah, I remember, if you're talking about the devil, he's on the dance floor. He's having a good time. He's getting his freak on, right? So anyway, I don't mind it, to tell you the truth. You have to have your discipline. I have a very high degree of discipline, so I don't really care about it one way or another. I'm just like, yeah, okay, I can partake. I can be a part of the crowd. I can be dancing. I can have that kind of fun. I can be a part of the energy, but I just don't get my freak on. That's it. Fortunately, my issue that I had when I was growing up was that I grew up poor, and I said that my poverty was due to my mother's, let's say, sexual irresponsibility, and so therefore I knew that the quickest way to poverty was between a woman's legs. So just avoid it, and I'll be rich. Educate myself and go another path. And I've always done that. And I'm doing pretty well right now. I got a lot of cool stuff. I mean, how many of you guys are playing around with rogue plates inside of your office, right? You're sitting there doing reps while you're working. How many of you guys are having, I went to the Sorbonne. I went to St. Petersburg University in Russia. I was going to a Meiji University for grad school in Japan. You just don't get that kind of record.
You went to Meiji?
I was going to. I withdrew. I withdrew from grad school there. Yeah, my big thing that I love studying is Japanese economic history. I love Japanese economic history. I think it's fascinating, and how they made stock markets in the 16th century. No, they were making in the 17th century, the same time that the Dutch were making stock markets. And they are the only non-Western country to make a stock market not only without any Western influence, but purely on their own culture. And I love it. I mean, I just love studying. I love how derivatives work with them, how stock work with it. It's amazing. So again, that was my focus of study. You're not going to get that level of performance if you're going around chasing bucks, just the way it is. So I do chase bucks. I'll tell you the only bucks I chase. See? Yeah, here we go. Computers. It's the kind of bucks. They come in nice boxes. I like it. Like the Apple MacBook Pro box. That's what comes in. That's what I chase.
Facts. Awesome.
I don't care about the rest.
Let's react to some clips from this week. Let's go.
Why don't we just real quick? Why don't we do the super chats, because I know Samu was asking for that. So he's a good guy. He's with me. So go ahead.
I read the super chat already, but I'll read it again. It says here,
you did?
IP.
Okay.
Yeah, is Lily Phillips from the north of England? I said yes. What a woman like in North England, West London.
Okay. Oh, you read it already? Oh, Samu!
Yeah.
You read it already, Osamu! Kora! Osamu! Got your back and you already did it? Kora! All right. I'm good.
Let's do it, man. Okay, so video file. Okay, so let's react to this clip over here, right? About Nihon. Okay? Nihon. Let's see what's Nihon saying.
4-day work. Tokyo is introducing a 4-day work week to encourage women to have children. I'll explain. Tokyo plans to introduce a 4-day work week for its government employees starting in April to support young families and address Japan's record low birth rate. Japan's fertility rate dropped to 1.2 children per woman last year, far below the 2.1 needed for a stable population, despite government efforts to encourage families. only 727,277 births were recorded nationwide, according to the Ministry of Health, Labor, and Welfare. Governor Yuriko Koike announced that employees will have the option to take 3 days off each week. She said, "We will review work styles, with flexibility, ensuring no one has to give up their career due to life events such as childbirth or childcare." Japan's work culture, which often forces women to choose between careers and families, is seen as a contributing factor. The labor force participation rate remains unequal, with 55% of women and 72% of men working, according to the World Bank. Koike also proposed a policy allowing parents of elementary school-age children to reduce their work hours in exchange for a salary adjustment. She said, "Now is the time for Tokyo to take the initiative to protect and enhance the lives, livelihoods, and economy of our people during these challenging times for the nation." Do you think this will help Japan's declining birth rate? Let us know in the comments.
Theo, what's your thoughts on this clip here about the policy, about this, that? Will it work? Do you think it's needed? What's your thoughts?
This is another example of Western BS coverage of Japan. Absolutely crap. Don't listen to this guy and what he's saying. They're saying about what they're saying, all the women are having stress. So for the women, this is why they're doing it. They're not doing this for the women. They're doing it for the men. They're doing it so that the men will actually sleep with their wives. That's what's going on.
Damn.
This is for the men, so that the men have more leisure and they end up banging out their wives. That's it. It's not for the women. You have this idea of like that was totally Western gynocentric BS. If you go to Japan and you think this way about Japan, you don't see Japan correctly. You have men who rarely see their wives, who don't have enough energy to even get it up, and they're just not in the mood to do anything. Those guys are the ones that they need to say, "Hey, look, we're going to give you an extra day. Go ride your wife." That's why they're doing this. It's not for the women, it's for the men. If you have over 30% of Japanese men in their 40s who are still virgins, we have a problem with the men not putting out, not the women. Oh, I hate when the West. This is why when I hear Westerners talk about Japan, I'm like, do you understand the culture? That's not what's going on. It's the men. You have to think about the men here. Shoot, if the women want to go out and have babies, it's simple. She just goes out to the Starbucks. Half hour later, she's pregnant. She has enough time and energy to do that. Japanese women are not overworked. I would never say the Japanese women are overworked. No. Japanese women got plenty of time. They're doing just fine. Japanese men are the ones who don't see daylight. So this is what for Japanese men, I think this is great. I think this is very good. Yep. So hold on. Go ahead.
It mentions here that 55% of women are working. That means there's 45% of women that are not working in Japan. That's quite a large number. Are these women unemployed or are they housewives? I'm guessing.
A lot of them are housewives. Normally speaking, I mean, not very few housewives actually work. Some of them, not like real labor. When I'm talking about, I'm showing the man as the standard. The men who are working, they're working like totally like they're just doing absurd levels of hours of working. So they don't. Yeah, the women aren't working on that level. Again, somebody is just saying, in the chat, they're saying men are intentionally withholding themselves. No, they're not intentionally withholding themselves. They don't have time for it. That's the thing. They don't have time. It's like, okay, I'm here in Austin, right? So today I worked, I went to the gym, I cycled, I had to make AWS content for class, I had to walk my dogs, I had to cook twice today in order to make my food. it's like you're telling me that I should go out to the middle of Austin right now and go to a bar and go have a great time. I'm like, I'll be looking at you like, what are you talking about? I don't have time for that. After this podcast, I got to go back to work. I don't have time. I'm not going to be doing that. At the bare minimum, I got to complete my Portuguese lesson. I had Portuguese lesson today. I need to study more for my Portuguese. I don't have time for it. That's how Japanese men are. They don't have time. They just don't. So yeah, that's I just, again, you got to think of it from the Japanese point of view. The Western point of view is a little sketchy.
Yeah, I've noticed how the West seems to just, you talk about Japanese women are going through this, Japanese women are going through that. Actually, I was there in Japan this year, and they're very comfortable. Like, it's a very safe country. They've got money.
Yes.
Like, a lot of them have money. They save. Things are pretty cheap there, even though they get lower salary. So they're not going for anything that's pretty hard pressing in Japan. It's very, very safe for them and very, very convenient. So what are they talking about?
Yes. We always said in Japan that Japanese women are the richest demographic of the G7. They're straight out. And if you're going out with a Japanese woman, you have to understand that you're going out with someone who's going to be by far richer than any Western woman you would have met. She has more time and more disposable income, and she's in a better situation. So if she's going out with you, it's because she really wants to go out with you. That's it. It's not because she has any financial liabilities or problems. Not at all. She's doing extremely well. Western women would be 2 or 3 notches level up to be on Japanese women's level, just straight out. And they're not taking any like antidepressants or anything like that. They're eating good sushi and good wasabi every day. They're having a good time. So again, it's the men. The men are the issue. They're the ones who are paying the price. Giving them a 3-day weekend, hopefully will help them get a little freaky. And that's what we want.
Yeah. The men do go through it. Salary men, always hardworking, drinking in Shibuya on the floor. So I remember seeing that for the first time. Like, what? Why are these guys in suits sleeping on the floor, all drunked out? That's the culture over there. And hopefully with this new initiative, this is only for government employees, but I'm sure it's going to spread to private corporations. But the private companies apparently are pushing back. The guys who run, the big private corporations and all that stuff. But we'll see how it goes with government employees, and we'll see what happens in the next few years when this change takes effect. So next year, actually, when it takes effect in Japan, and we'll see how the Japanese people feel about it. Interesting. Okay. It's a very interesting country, Japan, and what it's going through, good, bad, ugly. And we're going to obviously touch upon those particular aspects on this channel. Awesome. So let me remove from studio. Okay, let's react to this one over here. Okay, so let's react to this clip over here. This one.
It is my official 1-month anniversary working at Walmart as a cart pusher.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. Ain't nothing wrong. You're working a hard, honest job. It's an honest job. It's fair. You're doing a great job. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. As opposed to some women in certain industries that are taking the easy way out. You're working hard, bro. Keep pushing forward, brother.
What I want to talk to y'all about today is why I've been holding down this job at Walmart. Excuse me. Now, if you don't know, I make $15 an hour pushing carts. It's a very easy job. There's not much to it. I'm very to myself. Don't nobody bother me. I ain't got to talk to nobody. Very easy job. But let me tell y'all the reason I've been holding this down. I used to tell people on my channel all the time, a job will never get you nowhere in life. And
that's wrong, it will.
That's just not good advice to give people, right? And life can really make you believe that anything is possible, right? Now hear me out, because this is about to get real. Well, let me rephrase that. People like myself will make you believe anything is possible, right? That's what anybody who's motivating will try to tell people, right? Anything is possible. You can accomplish anything you want. I used to be that person. The reality is, life ain't no game. Like, life is not no joke. People out here really struggling. Bills, utilities, food, all of that stuff, it just ain't no game, y'all. Like, not saying that people out here are living check to check. A lot of people are, but not everybody. But a lot of people are having a hard time, you know, like the middle class and the poor people, you know. But life ain't a game, y'all. You know, that's why I had to wake up and realize that, you know, people didn't appreciate when I used to talk down on the 9-to-5 jobs, because that's literally everybody's way of life. This is how we survive, you know. Just
Facts. Working a 9-to-5 job is what keeps the economy flowing. It's what initiates a lot of things. You can't start a business if you don't have any capital. As you get capital, work a 9-to-5 job, saving that capital from a 9-to-5 job, and then invest in the business and create your own business. And I think over the past several years, there's been this push for entrepreneurship, and that's great, right? But understand that's quite hard to be a business owner. It's not regular income, and never leave your job if you don't have a solid plan for your business, right? And those who work a 9-to-5 job, we are thankful for what you do. The bin men, the dust men, you know, all the jobs that these Western women look down on. We know that these Western chicks, right, say they can never date a 9-to-5 guy, or if they do, there ain't no way they'll date a bin man, a dust man, you know. But these guys keep our streets clean. They keep our streets comfortable, and we have to thank and appreciate that. Okay, we have to, without a doubt.
how we take care of our families. It's how we pay our bills, you know. And it's just not right for people who are able or found a way to work for themselves or build up success as an entrepreneur. It's not fair for them to tell people that that life is very, very easy to get, because it's not. Everybody would love to work for themselves, but the reality is everybody can't, because everybody got bills to pay. You know, not everybody can just quit their jobs and go be a full-time content creator. Not everybody can just quit their jobs and go start a business.
Facts. Phil, what's your thoughts there, especially with how the economy is, especially with people having kids, you know? And thing is, right, the 9-to-5 hustle, right, ain't nothing wrong with that, because, you know, if you're in a certain industry, right, like IT, tech, finance, law, these are 9-to-5 jobs, and these are jobs that pay well, actually, right? And in most cases, right, a lot of these jobs pay more than certain business owners, small businesses, right? The only difference is that you're just clocking in the morning, leaving in the evening. Well, so what? You're getting paid well. Okay, what's your thoughts, Phil?
Nothing wrong with a 9-to-5, and working it, and just at least you're working. So again, I commend that. I think where we would have a problem is if you're just doing the same 9-to-5 at the same pay rate over 10 years, so we have an issue. You should be improving, but going out there and at least working is by far better than anything else. So go get your job. I mean, you worked at a horrible 9-to-5 for how long? So did I, right? It's just a part of the job. Yeah, right. It's the way things are. So guys who go out there and do the 9-to-5, I just want to say, I respect you, we see you, and keep on going.
Facts. Keep on going.
The reality is, we need to start preaching to people that it's okay to work, right? I know. It's coming from me, of all people. I have to wake up about this, y'all. You have to work, and you have to grind. You have to take care of yourself, just so you got some type of security in life. Because let me tell y'all something, man. I'm sure a lot of y'all know, bro, life is just not no game. Even for people who got it together, those people still have to keep it together. Just because you got it together don't mean it's gonna stay together. You know, life is a constant battle of surviving. Life is a constant battle of making sure you can continue to provide for yourself and your family. You can continue to pay for your living expenses. I'm letting y'all know, like,
Facts, absolute facts. And that's why, like, there's pros and benefits in, being full-time employed and being a business owner. Obviously, when you're full-time employed, you have security, but you know that every month you're going to get the same salary and you get a check. Right? If you're a business owner, right, there may be a month that's very good, and next month may be very bad where you make hardly any money. Okay, so you got to evaluate, what works best for you. What's your goal? What's your long-term goal? Particularly as passport bros. Okay, we want freedom. We want regular income, and that's why me and Phil push IT. Okay, know where you're going in the future, and and adapt it and use that. Do you agree or disagree there, Phil?
Yeah, I would definitely agree. Yeah, you definitely have to get the skill set and at least be doing something, and you can actually go very far with it, and work hard. It's a lot better than the alternative. Again, what always motivated me was, do I want to be a college educated guy who's working in a restaurant as a waiter? You're not even making $15 an hour. This is back in the day. And then Keisha's going around saying that I ain't ish, right? And I didn't want that at all. So of course I was in Japan and I was working very hard. I worked quite a lot. I did quite a lot of hours. So if you're working, at least you have a starting position to advance your life. So go for it, guys. Anybody who's listening here, if you're making minimum wage, we still respect that. We just got to help you get out of that position to get to a career instead of a job.
Facts. Absolute facts.
Like, I used to be one of those people who used to tell people that a job will never get you nowhere in life. A job will never do nothing for you. But without a job, realistically, you won't be able to accomplish much. The reason I've been able to survive so long without a job is because I've been living in low-income housing for the last 5 years, which is not something to be proud of. I mentioned this in one of my last videos. I used to talk about how much easier life was for me, and that's true. It did make life easier for me, but as a grown man, that shouldn't be a goal, right? I shouldn't tell people, like, go live in low-income housing, right? I will always tell you to find the cheapest place to live, for sure, but it doesn't have to be low-income housing. But the reality is, if you want to give up everything and chase entrepreneurship, and go all in, you either gonna be broke and struggling, or you're gonna end up in low-income housing like me. That's the only way that I will be able to realistically pursue this full time. But I had to wake up and realize that that's just not the life I want to continue to live. And as much as I hate working at Walmart, y'all, pushing these carts, I'm doing it because I'm trying to build up that work ethic in me, because I feel like a strong work ethic at a job will go a long way into my entrepreneurship and my goals of becoming a content creator. It will give me a different sense of hard work and purpose.
Facts, man. Facts. Your job that you do, 9-to-5 job, actually will help you with your business. The consistency, waking up every morning at 7 a.m. to start your 9 a.m. job, right? When you start a business, right, you're gonna have to, put in hours, right? You're gonna have to, start being consistent in doing things and creating products and doing all that stuff, right? And you get those skill sets from a 9-to-5 job. So a 9-to-5 job, everyone's done it. Even Bill Gates has done it. Jeff Bezos has done it, right? And then they're billionaires now. It starts from there. You gain the skills from a 9-to-5 job, the experiences, and then you do your own stuff. It's all about the process, right? And executing and being consistent.
Yeah, it's not hard either. I like doing 9-to-5. It's not a hard thing to do. I'd say, guys, just again, it helps you be disciplined. So definitely go out there and do it.
Facts. It's not hard because with IT, right? Number one, IT is actually a fun job. If I'm not mistaken, if I'm honest with you, it's very fun. And when things are fun, when you enjoy it, time goes past. So literally, my days go past as an IT bro. It just flies past. Check collected, easy job, done my work, and that's it, right? Because you're enjoying it. And if you enjoy something, time just flies by. It just flies by. And then you're getting all the benefits from the job. You're stacking up. You're being patient. You're getting the skill set. You're getting the experience for your next job that will probably give you a 20% increase in pay rise. It's all a process, man. Don't sleep on 9-to-5 jobs. Being a business owner isn't for everyone. It isn't. It isn't. Especially with the economy being developed now, right? A business owner in 1930 or 1970, right, would be a lot more better because the economy wasn't that developed. There was no Amazon, there was no Apple, there was no Samsung, there was no, Google, right? But in 2024, most things have been created. So what can you offer in the market? You think of it like that, bro.
We're working on that. There's always an opportunity. Just think about it. I believe it was in the 1860s. The head of U.S. Patent Office stated that he should quit his job because everything useful had been invented already. That was before electricity. So, that kind of mentality is there. Look at what we're doing with AI, right? I like what my class is doing right now with AI. There's different ideas. We're trying to think of different ways of solving problems. There's a plethora of opportunities out there. You just got to start and go for it. So go for it, guys.
Go for it, brothers. Go for it. So move from studio. Next one to react. Okay. So I'm going to react to a foreign woman over here, and this foreign chick here. I'm certain that these group of women, I'm happy to place them over Japanese chicks. I told you before that Japan was my number one choice, but it's still in my top 10. It's still in my top 10. I love Japan. I love the people. I love the culture. I love the woman. Okay, but it's dropped down on my top choice. If I'm honest with you, I'm just not liking what I see there. I know Phil will disagree, but when I went there, when I spoke to people, I'm not liking what I see there. So I think these groups of women over here, I think I want to spend more time researching them because they fit my looks. They fit what I want in a woman, looks wise, femininity wise, what they say wise, and I'm sure Phil will agree. Phil will agree as well. I think Phil might dump Ukrainian chicks, a Slavic woman, for women like this. Let's check it out, Phil.
Okay.
How much?
So we have a Kazakh chick over here.
This is a Kazakh girl. How much salary it's enough for men?
About 2,000 or maybe 3,000 ringgits.
Oh, really? She think that 3,000, 2,000 ringgit, it's a good enough man's salary. It's good man's salary. Will you marry a foreign guy?
I think I will. I mean, the main in the man is not about the money, it's about the soul. So,
Yeah.
But if they're rich, it's a plus. It's a plus.
Can you also tell us the tips how to get a Kazakh girl?
Kazakh girls, they prefer, manly men. They prefer like somebody who can protect them. So you have to be like this if you want to get a Kazakh girl, I think.
So the man should protect a woman and be really kind for her.
That's how to get a Kazakh girl.
This is the tip how you can get a Kazakh girl.
Sign me up. Sign me up right now. I'm ready to trading. I'm willing to trade in Japanese chick for a Kazakh woman. Based on that right now. If you're telling me the average Kazakh chick is like that, take all the Japanese women, take the Malaysians, take the Brazilian Japanese, give me a Kazakh chick. This here is what I want, right? Notice how the woman asked her, how much does a man need to make? She said $674 a month or year. It doesn't matter if it's either. That's still very cheap. Then she asked the chick, right? Okay, what matters? She said the soul matters. The money is a plus. All women love money. That's a fact across the world, right? Okay, but there must still be a emotional and physical attraction, and a woman must understand that she must vet the man based on how he is as a person. You can tell here she vets the man how he is as a person, and the money is just a plus. Number 3, okay. She said that she wants a manly man. So she's feminine. She's going to be submissive. She's going to take your lead. That's what we want as passport bros. That's the reason why this passport bro movement exists. And look at her. Look at that, right? She has the Asian look, right? And we know a lot of brothers love Asian chicks, and that's okay. That's okay. Everyone has preferences, right? But based on that, right? If I was to compare the modern Japanese woman that I saw in my recent trip to her, give me the Kazakh chick, because Japanese chicks, again, I love them, but I need to have other options there because not liking what I see. But what's your thoughts here with this Kazakh chick, brother?
Yeah, she's all right. I had the opportunity to date a half Kazakh, half Turkish chick when I was in Russia.
Oh,
Yeah. She had like, man, she was top heavy, curvy too. Man, it was a curvy chick. I went out with the Russian blonde. So I mean, I'd still go out with the Russian blonde every time. They've just got a special place in me. Yeah, this is a nice girl. You know, nice Kazakh girl. You know, there's nothing wrong with her. I'm sure she'd make me be a good wife. It would be fine. Japanese women, especially in the Tokyo and Osaka areas, they usually require 10 million yen a year for marriage. This Kazakh girl that's on a much more of a discounted rate, and they are influenced by Islam. Just so you know. So yeah, that's a very good position.
Theo, I'm gonna ask you a question, right? And it's probably the most important question, Theo, in the history of mankind, Theo.
No,
Okay?
God, no.
Theo, so it's a question, Theo, that can solve world wars, Theo. It's a question, brother, so powerful it can allow mankind to walk on water like Christ did in the Bible, Theo. Theo, it's a question that can cause hurricanes, volcanoes, and shockwaves all around the world, Theo. Okay. This question is, Theo, right? For based on your intel, your experience, brother, are Kazakhstani women, right, checking heavy for brothers and black men, brother? From what you saw out there in Russia, from what you know, do they check for brothers?
I wouldn't necessarily say for brothers, or class, yes. So they're looking for stable middle class, yeah, without a doubt. If you're stable middle class and you're tall, she's going to be interested. That would be the only thing I can really say about it. They're not going to hold your race against you. If anything, they're going to think you're exotic. I'll take that. Yeah, I'll definitely take that one. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah, but the problem is that you're in Kazakhstan. Like I would be worried about being in Kazakhstan right now. So that's just my little point of view.
That's fine.
But they are.
I'll take her to the Middle East.
No, they're not like that. You actually have to go there first and know her for a while, and then take her to the Middle East. And just being a Westerner in Kazakhstan right now, I would be worried about that.
Why is that, Phil? What's going on? What do you mean?
So, there's a lot of adversity right now, especially because of the war, and that's actually that adversity is seen in Kazakhstan as well. So you have to watch your back. I'd just be very careful about being there.
But we black.
But you got
Feel they know that black men ain't causing world wars. They know that black men are chill. Wouldn't we get a pass? Could be black.
They don't see you that way. You're English. You have Storm Shadow missiles that kill Russians. That's how they see you. Like my country, I'm American. We have HIMARS. We're the leaders of NATO. That's how I'm going to be viewed. They don't care about race like that. The first thing is our nationality. Yeah.
Okay. We'll see what happens to Kazakh women, but I definitely want to, know more about these women because they look good, they sound good, and I want to, I need more options in Japanese chicks because they dropped down in my ranking. Japanese women, yeah. Just exercise options, right? Just want to exercise options and see what's out there apart from Japanese chicks, apart from Blasians, because again, I don't know about Japan anymore. I need to just figure some stuff out, bro. We'll see. So next one to react to.
I'll say
bro.
this: when you start saying that Japanese women are cold, then I'll know. Like, okay, now you're starting to know them.
That's one of it, Theo. That's one of it, Theo. That's one of it, bro. Yeah, I saw a lot of that out there. Like, I don't know why they're cold like that. They live a very easy life. Is it a cultural thing? It's weird, Theo, and I don't want a cold woman around me. Why are they
So
so
you have
cold?
to, you have to get. So we always know that you're not really into Japanese culture unless you understand what's going on, and then like with their being cold, and then you have to get through that, and then you'll see how the Japanese really are inside their lives, and they actually have very interesting lives, but the coldness is definitely there, and they've had cities for how long? I mean, like, okay, China and Japan, I think, have had large major cities 500 more years than the Europeans have, something like that. I think China is like 1,000 years longer than the Europeans, some sort of huge number like that. So they're used to urbanization, and they know how to act regarding those kinds of things. They're cold by nature. But once you start talking to them, and they start relaxing with you, then things become a bit better.
I definitely agree there, Theo. All right, Theo. Let's react to some articles before we do some of the clips. Let me share my screen over here. Present, share screen. This one, okay? So here's an article, right? It says here, rare foreign-born CEO says Japan needs immigration to thrive. And people found that very interesting comment there. So we have an Indian CEO of a Japanese company called Lek Juneja, okay? CEO of Kameda Saika, okay? Indian-born head of one of Japan's most famous snack brands has warned that the country must change its mindset and admit more immigrants to get the economy back to the glory of its boom years. Okay, politicians have struggled to recover from the so-called lost decades as a range of different programs have failed to kickstart growth, including an ultra-loose monetary policy and trillions of dollars in stimulus measures. Okay. As the new government of Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba eyes a fresh drive to bring back the heyday of its global tech domination, Lek Juneja, the head of rice cracker giant Kameda Seika, said he's worried his adopted country has lost its edge. 4 years ago, I came to Japan because it was close to #1 in GDP. It was booming. Okay, the tech scientist said at Kameda's headquarters in Japan's rice heartland of Niigata. At some point, Japan thought we have everything now, and I think the hungry spirits that have the guts to go global started disappearing in a bit. Okay, so it says here, right, in the late Kameda's expansion mirrored Japan's post-war boom, increasing revenues tenfold between 1965 to 1974, and becoming synonymous with the nationality adored Senbei crackers in the process. The country that gave the world the Sony Walkman, the bullet train, and Super Mario is no longer setting the pace in technology, overtaken by Silicon Valley, South Korea, and China. That's interesting. China, Silicon Valley, America, and China are the biggest tech people creating a lot of tech around the world right now. In the late 1980s, Japanese firms dominated the world's top 10 companies. That's crazy by market capitalization. Today, not one makes the list. The population is aging and projected to drop by almost a third in the next 50 years. And firms are already having problems filling vacancies. So, Mr. Theo, do you believe that immigration is sorely needed in Japan to kickstart its glory days?
どうしようかな。どうしようかな。The culture needs to change first. They have enough people like they just need to get the women pregnant. That's all. If they could do that in a very effective manner and actually have children, then they can sustain their own population. But in the Japanese eyes, the economy isn't stable enough for that, and that's why they're not having children. So if they bring in the foreigners will think that everything is good, and these Japanese women are hot. They're definitely going to be trying to make children, right? But it's I really say they just need to change their culture, and it would be much more effective.
Okay. There's millions of unfulfilled jobs in Japan currently, and they've had to get people from Vietnam, Thailand, Laos to work these jobs, particularly in the healthcare jobs. And there's been problems with them integrating with wider Japanese society. And I'll tell you why I feel, right? The Japanese language is so hard to learn. A lot of kanji, you have hiragana, katakana, then you have sounds, aiwe, o, kakukeko. You have all these other rules that are so far different from English, whereas English is a global language and quite easy to learn, right? So once you learn English in America and the UK, you're able to integrate quicker, whereas Japanese is quite hard, to learn, So
Japanese is easy. Japanese is my easiest language I have. It's simple. It's a simple language. It's not hard at all. Yeah, man. I gotta say that French and Russian are by far more difficult than Japanese. It just looks hard in the beginning if you don't put the time in to get the basics done. So foreigners, if they're there long term, they speak Japanese, sure. Especially if they're not white, they tend to speak Japanese just fine. I knew plenty of Indians who spoke fluent Japanese. They didn't have a problem with it. But it's the culture. You're having different problems with the culture. That's it. That's it. That's the real issue, is the culture. If they can change the culture, then they can do a lot more. But how effective they will be at this, I have no idea. And then they got plenty of suitors who want to marry Japanese women. I mean, they're beautiful, as you know. I mean, they got a lot of guys who have no problems making children with them. It's just that they definitely have issues. Let's just talk about the apartments. Okay, how hard? What is the process to get an apartment in Japan, especially in Tokyo? Do you know?
No.
Okay, this is an important thing. You need 6 months of rent in order to get an apartment in Japan. 6 months.
It's a lot.
So, yeah. So this is a basic thing. Well, so the walls just to get an apartment are pretty stringent, right? So that's just so where are you going to live at? This is your big first question in Japan. Where are you going to live? Well, this is a cultural issue, right? If you're going to the UK, or if I go to the UK and I want to rent a flat, I can bet you I can rent a flat in about 2 hours, right? Shouldn't be that hard. Swipe a card, get some money, there you go, sign a contract, boom, I got a flat. You can't do that in Japan. It will not. 2 hours, impossible. No. So we're just talking about basic things like that. Do you understand the trash system in Japan?
Yeah, you gotta keep your trash. There's no bins around.
Okay, so there is recyclable, unburnable, and burnable trash. And you have to know which days they're collected and how to identify what all three are. If you, as a foreigner, cannot identify what those three are, landlords can simply say they're not going to rent to you. I want you to think about that. So if you have those kinds of barriers to entry, how are you going to get more foreigners in there? Where are they going to live? Right? We're just talking about some basic things regarding Japan. So just getting acclimated to the culture is an issue. how you're actually going to make a family, that's a very hard thing to deal with. So, so if you have more immigration, again, you have to have a cultural change before anything can happen.
Do you think Japanese people will be happy with a bunch of foreigners coming in, immigrants coming in, and in their society in mass numbers?
Do I think immigration?
Do you think Japanese people will be happy about that?
No. I saw a lot of commentaries about the Olympics. They didn't want the foreigners in the Olympics. That was an issue. I saw quite a number saying that they didn't even want Japan to bid for the Olympics in 2020. I was surprised about that one. Because they said, again, we have all these uneducated barbarians coming in and being in our culture. We don't want them. That's, again, the Japanese are the Japanese. They're always the same. They don't change. They've always been this way. The Japanese are always nice to you depending on how much time you stay there. So if you're inversely proportional. So if you're there for a short period of time, they lavish you. If you're there for a long period of time, like months and years, you get the cold shoulder. So it's the way they are. You got to get used to them. Again, more immigration to thrive? No, man, they need to change their culture, then they can do it.
Awesome. All right, so next one to react to over here is, okay, so let's see this over here, okay? Let me put this article over here. So, okay, present, share screen, okay? So it says here, right, Bitcoin rallies past $107,000. Why? Hopes grow for strategic reserve. Wow. Bitcoin hits record high amid Trump's pro-crypto stance. Price of crypto has been up over 50% since November US election. Okay. Bitcoin's record rally topped $107,000 on Monday after President-elect Donald Trump reiterated plans that he plans to create a US Bitcoin strategic reserve similar to its strategic oil reserve. Okay, stoking the euphemism of crypto bulls. Wow. Investor sentiment also got a lift from the inclusion of MicroStrategy into the tech-heavy Nasdaq 100 index that will likely lead to more inflows for the software firm turned Bitcoin buyer. Bitcoin, the world's biggest and best-known cryptocurrency, extended gains to a session high of $107,148. Okay, and was most recently at $106, up 5% from last Friday. Okay. It says here, we're in blue sky territory here, said Tony Sycamore, analyst at IG. The next figure the market will be looking for is $110,000. Whoa, this is crazy, bro. Look at that. Look at the bump from 2017, right, which was 20K to now 2024 over 100K. That's how wealth is built. Whoa. Bitcoin and crypto have been catapulted into the spotlight as investors wager the upcoming Trump administration will usher in a new friendly regulatory environment, boosting sentiment around the alternative currency. Whoa, okay. Trump says, right, we're going to do something great with crypto because we don't want China or anybody else, just not China, but others embracing it, and we want to be the head. Whoa, this is bullish news. And it says here, when asked if he plans to build a crypto reserve similar to oil reserves, Trump said, yeah, I think so. Okay. He also advocated the same thing earlier this year. Governments around the world held 2.2% of Bitcoin's total supply as of July, according to data provider CoinGecko, with the United States possessing nearly 200,000 Bitcoins valued at more than $20 billion at current levels. China, UK, Bhutan, and El Salvador are the other countries with a significant amount of Bitcoins. Okay. Other countries have been considering cryptocurrency strategic reserves. Russian President Vladimir Putin earlier this month said the current US administration was undermining the role of the US dollar as the reserve currency in the global economy by using it for political purposes, forcing many countries to turn to alternative assets, including cryptocurrencies. For example, Bitcoin. Who can prohibit it? No one, Putin said. This is crazy. Okay. So, whoa. Look at where crypto is in 15 years when it first came out in 2009/2008. Okay. A lot of wealth is going to be built in Trump's administration. Okay. And, you know, I'm so happy that Americans voted Trump in, because I don't think Democrats would have, you know, embraced crypto like Trump is doing. Okay. I think Trump is doing the right thing to embrace crypto. Okay. And that means you want to be in before Trump gets inaugurated. I think if you want to get in before Trump's actually in office, because when he's in office and he start making moves, then we're going to see parabolic gains. Okay. Phil, what's your thoughts here in Bitcoin powering over 100K for the first time ever recently, Phil? Crazy, right?
Yeah, I want to see more. It looks to me as speculation, to be honest. That's my big thing. Yeah, the coin is by far too volatile, and I just want to see something more solid for this degree of volatility. Like again, increase 150% in 1 year. Okay, so what? Why? Like it just what? Where is the value add on that besides just speculation? If it's being held as reserve currency, I would be a little bit surprised at that as well. I just want to see more of this. That's all. I would just keep my eyes open and watch it, but kind of like wonder what's really going on. That's my point. I know the rest. I know you guys are. I know a lot of you guys are really hopeful about it, and I'm not trying to rain on your parade. I'm wondering why it's. I'm really wondering why it's going up this level. I don't see the value at this point, honestly. Oh well.
Fair enough.
I look at speculation.
For me, if it goes up, it goes up. For me,
Yeah.
I think, and I think these are once in a lifetime opportunities. I was saying this in 2017. What's the value of this? I can't physically touch it. I know McDonald's because it's over there. And there's McDonald's stock. I can see McDonald's. I can feel McDonald's. I can't feel Bitcoin. That was the wrong kind of thinking. Now it powered from 20K to over 100K. Right. So whatever the market goes for, whatever is trending, whatever Trump says, I think the smart thing to do is to get into it before it pops off and leave. Okay. And I think this is a great opportunity for normal investors and people who want to, grow their wealth. And, let's see what Trump says, man. Let him build that reserve currency. I'm happy about this, man. This is really good news for crypto.
Yeah, I agree with this. Again, I'm just going to sit back and watch. I'm not going to do an action. I might do an action around it. I have some ideas of industries that would be built around it. That's where I'd be more interested. But in terms of just a coin, just by itself right now, it just seems high. But oh well, we'll see. Let's again. I still have 7 more Bitcoin. Let's see what happens.
What industries do you think will be around crypto or Bitcoin?
I guess some things around it regarding AI and financial policy, financial trading. So I'll see if I can develop them. This is some cute little things. Yeah, things I think about. As a developer, you're just kind of sitting there speculating about different architectures. That's all. I'll be quiet about. Don't want to talk about much more. I don't want to say it. Then we stop the shame and people start coding as fast as they can. We want to get this idea. It looks really great. We'll do it right now. Let's do the architecture.
Awesome, bro. So next one to read on, right, is Johnny. Okay, so got some news about Johnny Somali. Never ever disrespect other people in their countries. Okay, so this was happening with Johnny after he got arrested. So let's see. Do I have a video of it, or is it an article? Hold on, let me see. This one, is it this one? Is it this one? No, it's this one. It's an article. Okay, so present, share screen, Johnny. Okay, so it says here, right? Okay, Johnny Somali gets more bad news in South Korea. Okay, let's see over here. YouTube streamer Johnny Somali's trial. He's gone on trial in South Korea, postponed to 7 March 2025, keeping him stuck in the country. Whew. Unable to stream due to staying in Korea, Somali faces potential additional charges like drug possession and North Korean propaganda. This guy's finished. If found guilty, Somali could face up to a 10-year sentence in a South Korean prison. Yo! YouTube streamer Johnny Somali has gotten more bad news in South Korea, as his trial date has now been moved back several months. This changed to the YouTube's streamer's legal situation could put him in a tight spot for the foreseeable future. Johnny Somali previously made a name for himself by streaming in numerous locations and drumming up controversy while there. Somali was previously arrested in Japan as well as Israel for his behavior, but ultimately released with a temporary ban on returning to the locations. However, after attempting to keep up his antics in South Korea, things took a darker turn for the streamer, with Somali being arrested and now being held in the country until his trial can commence. Damn. Previously, Johnny Somali's case was set to be taken to trial just before Christmas in December 2024. However, it's now been moved to March 7, 2025. Until his trial has been completed, Johnny Somali cannot leave South Korea. What? Meaning he will now be stuck there for an additional 3 months before the trial even starts. However, speaking to Degenerate, Legal Mindset, who is following Somali's case, said the trial date itself is only part of the problem the streamer is facing. So it says here, according to Legal Mindset, Johnny cannot stream while he's stuck waiting for his trial in South Korea. That's insane. Technically, due to the length of his stay in the country, he would likely need a work visa to keep streaming. Bro, this he's done. In other words, Somali can't access his main source of income and is in a foreign country that is largely well aware of his behavior at this point. Legal Mindset notes that if Somali is in South Korea for longer than his initial visa allowed, he'll be issued a litigation visa, which specifically prohibits working of any kind, including streaming online. How can he make money then? What? For now, it remains to be seen what the future holds for the streamer. South Korea may press additional charges against Somali, as currently the streamer is reportedly only being tried for obstruction of business and violating certain acts. Given his behavior in the country, it's been speculated that he could also be charged with violating anti-terrorism laws, spreading North Korean propaganda, and even drug possession. If no more charges are added, the trial is likely to not be over until at least April 2025. However, that's likely the least of Somali's problems right now, and if he's found guilty, he could end up in South Korean prison for 10 years. Whoa! How the cookie crumbles. How the cookie crumbles.
Actually, how the kimchi ferments. How the kimchi ferments, right? Get some fermented kimchi right there. So if they got a drug and North Korean paraphernalia or content on him, and he's gone. And they can convict him on that. Yep, he'll be learning a lot about salad inside prison. That's all I can say.
Flipping heck.
Yeah, well, he's going to learn about Korea, that's for sure.
Well, America and Korea have a very close relationship. Can America intervene and tell them,
No,
hey, no?
no, there are thousands of Americans in foreign jails all around the world. America can't intervene; they can only negotiate. That's it. But a lot of those imprisonments are for drug possession, and American policy is pretty much like, okay, we would rather you guys take care of our druggies and we take care of our druggies, so go ahead and take them. No, somebody's saying Trump will get them back. No, bro. There are thousands of Americans in foreign jails due to drug possession. All right? There's no way you can get them all back. That'd be like saying the UK Prime Minister can go to America and get all the Brits out of jail for whatever crime they did in the United States. You think America is going to listen? No. No. We're like, this person's English? The person did crime on our soil? Yep. Jail. That's what. So that's what's happening to Johnny Somali right now. He's getting his wake-up call, and he's going to learn a lot about Korean culture. That's all I can say.
And you know what? So he can't stream, so he can't earn income. He most likely won't be able to work. So how is he earning money to support himself and legal fees? That's pretty sad. He's in a foreign country. I'm assuming he's in a prison cell. This is what happens when you don't respect laws in foreign countries. This is what happens when you're a clout chaser. This is what happens when you think you're invincible and no one can touch you. Okay. Now Johnny knows that the whole world is in America. His foolishness would have been admissible or passable in America, because America rewards degeneracy. The West rewards degeneracy. Well, not these foreign countries. You ain't going to disrupt their peace. You ain't going to disrespect their culture. And now you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. This is this is insane, bruv. And it kind of shows you the difference between Japan and South Korea. Japan is very lenient, in many cases. South Korea said no, not in our land, and they dealt with him, bro. They dealt with him, and you got to respect that. They stood on business. They stood on business. That's what many countries should do, right? That's what Black people should do. That's what Black nations should do. Don't disrespect our culture and how we live, and it's all good. So I can't be mad at South Korea here for keeping it a buck. I can't be mad at them. They're doing what they need to do, and he'll be made an example for the whole world. Don't come to our country, and don't disrespect our laws and culture. Go on, bro.
Yeah. He's just getting educated. It'd be better if they just deported him, honestly. But they're making an issue of him. I'd hate to see what would happen to him in China.
Damn, you think he'll get worse in China?
In China, he wouldn't have any media presence. I don't think he'd be even. Nothing would be reported.
Damn.
Yeah. Just the way things are. I'm not surprised this is going on, honestly.
Damn. Brothers, that's an example. Passport bros, expats, don't disrespect nations, cultures, and laws, and you won't end up like Johnny Somali. Very sad, very sad. Okay. So let's see over here. Let's react to this clip over here. Okay. Let's see.
And that I struggle with a lot is loneliness. And
a lot of women are feeling lonely in the West, and let's see why she feels lonely. What's the cause of it? Because we know Western women, they make these choices that are not really good for them. But let's see.
And it's not like I don't have friends. I mean, not to flex, no, but like I think think a healthy amount of friends, like try to go out twice a week, play games, like grab food with people, go into office often, social interaction, talk to my coworkers.
That's good. That's good. I think it's very important for everyone, people, to be social, speak to people. Don't just be holed up in your room playing FIFA and Call of Duty. Get out there and speak to people. Right? It's very important that humans are social.
Call my family really often, like spend time with my family, and it's great, but I can't help but feel lately, it's cuffing season, it is what it is, lately, that I'm still lonely. And
you know what, right? When I hear women say they're lonely, but I'm thinking, how? Like, this is the best time in the West to be a woman. A lot of men are simping. They have so many options. Women should not be lonely, bruv. They should always have a man around them. I'm perplexed. It's actually men should be lonely because men have it hard nowadays in 2024, bruv. Women are expecting men to earn 6 figures, to be this height, to be this skin color, etc., etc. If you're a woman and you're lonely, I'm wondering why not? Why? Especially if you're an Asian woman. Asian women, right, are the most desired women in the West, even more than white women. White men want Asian women. Asian dudes want Asian women. Even some black dudes want Asian women nowadays. So how are you lonely? Let's see what happens. Let's see.
I don't know. For context, earlier this year, I had gotten out of a long-term relationship that had made me very unhappy, and I felt that it was the right decision to end that relationship. And when I had gotten out of that relationship, just the euphoria, just the breath of fresh air, the independence, the happiness, the time I had for myself, for my friends that I had when I was just out of it was like amazing. And at that time, I thought, I can be single forever. Like, this is what single life is like. Like, oh, I don't remember it being this good. This is easy. And there I was, working on myself in therapy, spending time with my friends, family, doing my hobbies, getting educated, working on my career, and yeah, I was fine for a while. But
okay, she's building herself up. She's practicing self-improvement, which is what we preach in the male spaces. Okay, so she's focusing on her career, her hobbies, her time. Why is she feeling lonely though?
Sometimes when you go out, have a fun night with your friends, and like you're laughing, and it was great, it was fun. Sometimes when you go home at night and you lie down in your bed all alone, it hurts.
So why not get a new man? Like, and it'll be easy for her. She's Asian. Asian women have it easy in the dating game. Just get a new man. So she says she's out of a long-term relationship and she ended it herself. That was her choice in ending herself. Now, she may miss the guy, but it was her choice for ending the relationship. So you can't be angry and mad like that. That's her decision. Okay, so that's done. Well, you got a lot of options. Let's carry on.
And as much as like I love my friends to death so much, they just don't really fill the same void that a partner does. Like, because some of us are gonna be alone forever. Like,
Definitely not Asian women. I find it very hard to believe that any Asian woman has the possibility of being alone forever. Because we live
by choice, yes, they can do it. Yeah. Millions of Asian women are going to die.
Whoa! What do you mean? No, how? In what way? What?
Well, nobody's next to them. Time goes on, so eventually their body stops functioning, and they're by themselves. So then nobody notices, and their body starts to decay. It releases a chemical compound which is rather offensive to human beings. So then people go and look for the source, and then they find the body. That's what happens. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is an issue, and it's being seen first in Asia. Now it's going to be seen a lot in the West. So I would say the generation that's going to get hit by this one first is going to be Gen X. There's going to be quite a number, and then millennials are going to get devastated by this, because the amount of women who are going to die alone in the millennial section is going to be absolutely epic. Yep.
Wow. Let's carry on watching.
It happens. It's life. I agree with some of it. Like, obviously, like a relationship isn't gonna fix all your problems. If you have a lot of insecurities and you have a lot of issues, like, that person isn't gonna fix it. But like, we're fucking lonely here. like I do a lot of solo traveling, right? And I think it's wonderful and it's amazing to be able to see all these beautiful things. And I think that when I solo travel, I meet a lot of people that I wouldn't have met if I was just like with my friends, for example. And those experiences are extremely rewarding and those experiences are very enriching. But sometimes when I see some beautiful scenery, like I see something beautiful, I capture it with a camera, and that helps preserve the memory. But I usually think to myself, dang, I really wish I had someone to share this moment with, and I really wish that it was someone that I loved in dating. But that doesn't mean like I'm not broken, like I haven't given up on finding love, like dating. But I think that it's hard. Dating people is hard. Understanding people is hard.
Not for women. I'm sorry, not for women. Because with women nowadays, right, they have an abundance of options. They always gonna have dates once a week, several times a month. Whereas for a guy, right, a guy in the West probably has a date once every 6 months. The average guy's dating apps is dry. No likes, no matches. Well, women are getting likes every day, every hour, and they have an abundance of options to choose from. If you're a woman and you ain't got no man in the West or you're feeling lonely, what are you doing? It is easy. It is easy mode. A lot of dudes are simps. The average guy is struggling to get a date in the West. Let's keep it real. The average guy is struggling to date in the West. No likes on the dating apps, no cold approaches, no woman looking at him. Whereas a woman can create a profile, put average pictures there, she can get a lot of likes. And we see it with the majority of women chasing after the top 20% of dudes. Come on now. What do you mean you're lonely? It should be men making videos like this, bro. A lot of men are lonely. A lot of men haven't even touched a woman, in 5 years. Haven't even been around a woman in 5 years. Let's keep it real.
So I don't want to say this. We know that if the men are lonely, then we know that the women are going to die alone. That's just the way it is. That's just how the demographics would work. This woman, I was going to say in a nutshell, I have no mercy at all for this woman at all. No sympathy, nothing. After what I've seen online and I've seen what modern women say, what they want, all that kind of stuff, I have no mercy at all. So she can choose a bear or Luigi. Remember Luigi? It's amazing how they go out and choose bad men. At first, I mean, that's like their default mode, choosing a bad man. I'm not going to change them anymore. I don't even think about it. I remember that when I was simping back in the day, I thought I could change them. Nope, I don't even think about that anymore. I'm a passport bro. I use my passport to go out and meet amazing women abroad. Whatever happens to that woman, it's her choice. And I say that for all Western women. I don't care anymore at all. Yeah. Give my regards to the bear. I'm sure he's happy.
Facts. Absolute facts. So let's see what we have here. Present video file. So we've got this over here.
Was shot dead.
Damn.
A missing American vlogger was shot dead and his body dumped at sea during a botched kidnapping in the Philippines. Philippine police are investigating the suspected death of 26-year-old American YouTuber Elliot Eastman, who was kidnapped on October 17, 2024, in the southern Philippines. According to police reports, Eastman was shot twice while attempting to resist his abduction by 4 gunmen who posed as police officers in the coastal town of Sibuco, located in Zamboanga del Norte province. The kidnappers used an M16 rifle, hitting Eastman in the thigh and abdomen. Despite his efforts to fight back, he was forcibly dragged onto a motorboat, and the abductors sped off, leaving a trail of confusion. As the investigation unfolded, Philippine authorities launched a large-scale search for Eastman and his captors. Several suspects were arrested, and 3 were killed in a gunfight with police last month. However, Eastman remained missing until a breakthrough came from a recent tip-off. A relative of one of the suspects provided investigators with critical information, stating that Eastman had died from his gunshot wounds while being transported by the kidnappers. According to the relative, the kidnappers threw Eastman's body into the sea after he succumbed to his injuries. This claim was corroborated by a sworn statement from a key suspect arrested recently. The information has led police to believe that Eastman is likely deceased, although they are leaving a slight chance that he might still be alive, as the body has not been recovered. Unfortunately, Philippine authorities have found his body today in the sea, and they informed Eastman's Filipino wife and the U.S. Embassy in Manila about the reported death. What a sad end for this young man.
Damn. Whoa. Okay. This is a very interesting story. Apparently, this guy was in one of the most dangerous areas in the Philippines, and unfortunately, he got deleted, kidnapped as well. I'm gonna say, I keep stressing this, right? Safety is incredibly important when you travel. Do your research. Look online. Is it safe to be there? Right? Is it safe to be a foreigner there? And one of the reasons why I kind of always pick Panama over Colombia and all these other South American countries, because Panama is known to be safe. And I was in Panama last year, daytime, nighttime, I felt very safe. And when I was reading research about these other South American countries, safety really got to me. I'm like, okay, would I be safe there, as a dark-skinned black man? Would I be safe there in these countries? And I just chose Panama. And I think that was the right choice for me, So do your research, right? And, research what pertains to you. So a white guy and a black man are going to have 2 different experiences when it comes to safety in many countries all around the world. Okay? For many countries around the world, it's very safe for white men. Many countries around the world, right, it's not good and kind of unsafe for black men. So know your situation, know your environment, do your research, and always prioritize safety when you're deciding what country to move to, where to travel to, and see how they treat you as a person. Make sure you don't go to any weird spots. Go on Google, look at the reviews. It's very important. You're in a foreign land. You're away from family. You're far away. You're thousands of miles away. Safety is extremely important. What's your thoughts there, Theo?
Well, I mean, you could be next to your family in Detroit, Chicago, Baltimore, Atlanta, and you would still get deleted. So, yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter about that. I'll just say that, like, the southern Philippines is actually a very dangerous place. So if I would have gotten married in the southern Philippines, I would have taken her out of there immediately. So why he stayed, I don't know. I'm not surprised he got shot there. It's a very dangerous place. My first Filipina girlfriend I had, the one who was crazy, I was in the south of the Philippines with her, and we talked about the danger level quite a bit. So he should have known better. This was back in 2007. So yeah, he definitely should have known better. That being stated, guys, yeah, if you're going to go abroad, understand what the situation is. I mean, I'm thinking about living in Cali, Colombia, right? How many foreigners in Colombia are telling me about kidnappings right now?
In Cali, not that I know
in
of.
Colombia, in Colombia, no, it's happening there. They give me the news reports. I want to go to Rio de Janeiro. It's another place I'm thinking about. How many people are telling me about being mugged, kidnapping attempts, being shot at, things like that? I'm getting quite a number of reports about this. So you just have to be honest about where you want to live. Can you get a woman there? Probably. Can you get to a safe place? That's the number one thing that we think about. That's all. Yeah, I do sympathize with him. I think he tried his best, but oh well. He basically became fish sushi. What can I say?
And you know what, right? It's the fact that what was I gonna say? Oh, that's my train of thought here. Oh man, I just had it with me. What was it? It's the fact that I lost it. I lost it. What was I gonna say? Oh my goodness, what was I gonna say? Content creation. Okay. So we're seeing a lot of people, right, go to dangerous places around the world for content creation. Okay. No amount of money or clout is worth your life. Making it very clear. Okay. No amount of money or clout is worth your life. Right. A lot of people, go into hoods. I see videos about going to favelas in Brazil. I'm thinking, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're food out there. You're food. If anything happens to you, right, no one even know it happened to you. They can't find you. You're gone, disappeared, right? And the only reason why they found this guy because a relative of the suspect told the police. What if that relative of the suspect never told the police? We would never know this happened, right? Don't stop chasing clout. A lot of dudes nowadays, dudes are chasing clout. Going to this place, that place, that place. Stop it, bruv. Stop it. Stop it. I don't like this clout generation, man. Going to dangerous places for clout. It's not worth it. Stay safe. Go on, bro.
What I don't like is with black men. A lot of black men stay in areas that are definitely dangerous, and then they invite girls back to their place, and because they want to get some, and then they get deleted. And I'm just looking at them like, are you crazy? Like, no wonder. Like, that's what happened. I'm not surprised. So why is it that you're a Westerner and you have so much money and you stayed in a place where you're going to get deleted? It doesn't make sense. I'm like, oh, well. I guess you learned right now which religion is correct, huh? Yeah, I know it's vicious, but it's true.
It's not worth it, man. Stay safe. Be safe 24/7. And when you go abroad and do your research, please. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Okay, video file. Let's react to this one over here.
It's unexpected. UK economy has unexpectedly shrunk for a second month in a row, dealing a blow to the Chancellor's financial plans. Rachel Reeves has said she's disappointed at the figures, which were expected to return to growth following a fall in September. Well, let's bring in our business and economics correspondent, Gurpreet Narwan. So the Chancellor said this is disappointing. Just how significant is this?
Well, it's very similar to the poultry growth figures that we've got used to reporting over the past decade or so. But this is a government that has promised that it's going to reverse that it's going to turbocharge economic growth. And the economy is now smaller than it was before Labour came into power. So they're definitely not headlines that Rachel Reeves wanted to wake up to this morning. But we've just heard from her, and she said that she is disappointed in those figures. But her message is, be patient with me. These things will take time. My plan is working. It's going to take time to pay dividends. We can't reverse the stagnation of the last decade within a couple of months. So that's definitely the message we're getting from government. The question is, how much faith should we have in
BRICS are laughing at this. While their economies grow and boom, the Western economies are going through hell right now. We're seeing it in Germany. We're now seeing it in the UK, where the UK economy has retracted for the second month in a row, and people are talking. People are talking about an upcoming recession in the UK. I'm not hearing that from BRICS countries. Right, they're growing, they're expanding their influence. Maybe China, there's some problems with China there, feel, but remember, BRICS is more than China, right? Brazil's economy.
Russia, the ruble just collapsed. Yeah, the ruble, that's it. They're in austerity measures right now. The amount of poverty that you have with Russia is huge. I mean, if you're looking at BRICS right now, if you're looking at South Africa, India, and Brazil, okay, right? But Russia's getting clobbered right now. China is a question of time before they go into a deep recession. We're just waiting for it.
So everyone's falling apart from America. America keeps standing strong, huh?
Well, I wouldn't say necessarily we're standing strong right now. I would say, again, people in the chat, you can back me up on this or say what you want. I say the economy sucks here right now in America. So I say, chat, put a 1 in the chat if you think the economy in America sucks right now. Because I do. I don't like the economy at all right now. We're going through stagflation. We have a high inflation rate. There's very little growth. And so we're not in a recession. But if you're saying that we're growing, I'm like, I don't think this is growth. Like, I think my stomach is growing faster than the actual economy right now. So I would rather it be in recession, like, honestly. I can't really say that America's doing well. Man. There's a lot of economies out that aren't doing well right now. But at least we kicked Russia out of Syria, basically, so that's good. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah.
But feel UK, low salaries, low growth, low job prospects compared to America. So a recession will be devastating in the UK without a single doubt, particularly with the already low salaries across the country. Whereas in America, high salaries, and you can still survive the storm. The UK is going to go through some pretty dark times in the next coming years. Pretty dark times. Don't know what's happening in the UK, why it's doing so poorly, but it's not a good look. It really is not a good look. And, it comes to a point where you don't want to waste time in a recession. Recessions can take years to form, right? And that's why it's important to look at BRICS nations that are developing and the economies are growing. I'm hearing Ethiopia's economy is growing now, and they're in BRICS, right? I'm hearing Saudi Arabia's economy starting to pick up, and they're in BRICS, right? And you want to be in economies that will be prosperous and apply your skill set there. And I just feel like the UK will not offer creativity, will not offer growth for many people. Look to BRICS. I think it is time to be looking at these developing countries. So when they grow, you grow. The UK's time is up. They had a good run, but now BRICS is coming. It's coming up. Keep it stacked.
I would say you need to work in an economy, in an industry, in an economy where you can have a very high wage, but then live in a poorer country. So that would be like, for example, me doing cloud security in America, but living in Brazil. For me, that would really make sense. So if you can do that, you can pull that off, wonderful. A lot of guys can't do that. You have a problem with the UK, right? You basically the UK has isolated themselves.
Brexit.
Brexit. I see some crazy stuff going on with the UK, and I've seen it for how long. And again, it's because of the legacy of colonialization in combination with World War II and some questionable fiscal policy by the UK government over a series of decades. So it's not, you're suffering because of that. That's why I say it's better for you to work outside of the UK. All my English friends in Japan who are working in Japan, like their salary is from Japan, none of them want to go back to the UK. None of them. They go back for a holiday. That's about it. You know, go back, see some family, you know, remember what it was like on the tube. They laugh, make some jokes, you know, their accent is normal. Then they go back home to Japan or Singapore or Hong Kong, something like that. I don't even know why they don't even want to return there. I don't even know why they never want to live back in the UK. You have to remember that that's a situation that you're in right now, so you just have to live. They have to leave. What else can I say about that?
Facts. Absolute facts. Okay. So last one to react to. Let's react to this article here. Present, share screen, share screen. So it says here, right? Okay. Donald Trump says he'll look to pardon NYC Mayor Eric Adams. Let's see what it says here.
Would you consider pardoning Eric Adams?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I think that he was treated pretty unfairly. Now, I haven't seen the gravity of it all, but it seems, you know, like being upgraded in an airplane many years ago. I know probably everybody here has been upgraded. They see you're all stars and they say, I want to upgrade that person from NBC. I'm going to upgrade him. And that would mean you'll spend the rest of your life in prison. I don't know. Somehow,
I hope not.
I'd have to see it because I don't know the facts. I think he was treated, you know, it's very interesting when he essentially went against what was happening with the migrants coming in. And, you know, he made some pretty strong statements like, this is not sustainable. I said, you know what? He'll be indicted soon. And I said it not as a prediction, a little bit lightheartedly, but I said it. I said, he's going to be indicted. And a few months later, he got indicted. So, yeah, I would certainly look at it. Incredible.
So it says here, right?
Would you
pause that? President-elect Donald Trump on Monday said he'll look at a pardon for New York City Mayor Eric Adams, who is currently facing bribery charges. Okay, why it matters. Adams, a Democrat, is under federal scrutiny for alleged fraud and corruption charges, including accusations of accepting luxury travel perks valued at over $100,000 and illegal campaign contributions from foreign nationals. While he has pleaded not guilty, several members of his administration are also under investigation. Okay. So at a wide-ranging press conference at his Mar-a-Lago club in Florida, Trump was asked whether he would consider pardoning Adams, who faces trial in April over allegations of receiving illicit travel perks from Turkish officials. Interesting, including airline upgrades. Yeah, I would consider pardoning Adams. Trump told reporters before saying that he was not familiar with the specifics of the charges Adams is facing. Okay. In addition, according to the New York Times, Trump also accused federal prosecutors of treating the New York mayor pretty unfairly. So, Phil, do you think that because Mayor Adams was against illegal immigration, that's why the system has come after him? Or is there something deeper? What's your thoughts, Phil?
I have no idea, to be honest. They did their investigation. They came up to certain conclusions. I think that Trump should do the pardon just to make people irritated. So basically, if it makes a bunch of liberals irritated, I'm like, good. at this point, just to take him off. I kind of want Biden to give Trump also a pardon. That would just make even more people irritated. I think that would be a good, funny thing. Be like, hey, Kamala, I knew you wouldn't win. Here you go, Trump. You're my man. I sit back and like say, okay, bro, good, all right. Yeah, that's what I think about. Just kind of basically. What's your thought?
Do you think? I think right, like I think there's something deeper to it. I think I've been watching the whole immigration crisis in America, and he's been quite vocal against it. He's mentioned that there's too much immigrants in New York, and it's a problem here. Okay, and we know for a fact that many politicians in the US and around the world take bribes. But in my opinion, I think lobbying is a form of bribery. And I know that sounds crazy, but if you think about it, right, if you peel down the layers, lobbying is a form of bribery because money has been exchanged. Lobbies give money to politicians to pass favorable laws. That is a form of bribery, right?
But
so
it's legal. It's legal. Just saying, it's legal. Yeah, you have to register as a lobbyist, but you are as a legal form of doing things.
I agree, but it's still a form of bribery, in my opinion. And so with Mayor Adams, I don't know the facts here, but it's saying he got bribes from Turkish officials. Why? What for? That's a bit weird. But I really believe that they're going after him because he's against illegal immigration in New York City, and he has that right to do so as the mayor of NYC. So I think, go on, bro.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure you think that he should get the pardon because it's a bunch of bullshit BS, right? I got to try to catch myself. yeah, I can see that.
There's a lot of corruption in politics. I just don't know. I'd be just being singled out for thinking differently from how Democrats and liberals think. And if Trump believes it's the best way to pardon him, then pardon him. I'm so happy Trump is back in power, man. So happy. Honestly, that I really am, bro. And I know he can't get a third term, but I hope that whoever is going to run the third term will be like Trump. He's definitely, I just feel like Trump is the best politician in the last 20 years, if I'm keeping it real with you.
Well, give it that one. Yeah, I mean, in terms of politician, yeah, it might even be more than that. He's on legendary man, historical man status right now. So I mean, he's winning. I'll say that. Nobody's winning like him. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a statue or statues built to commemorate him because he came back. He basically he shouldn't be there right now at all. He should not be doing anything as he is. So hats off to him, man. He won. He won big time. And what's more I'd say? Trump will take care of it. I know that Trump is going to also give pardons to everybody related to January 6th. That'll cause lots of chaos in America. This might be interesting. Now, you might be laughing across the pond. You might be like, oh, yep, the Americans are crazy again. And here they are. Yep, crazy Americans right now. Yeah.
Thanks.
Especially that, what is it? The shaman man who went there and started howling. Oh yeah, if he gets a pardon, that's it. I'm gonna be laughing at this one and be like, oh boy, here it comes. All right, there'll be riots in America after this. But funny enough, the women will say that this is a sign of patriarchy, and then they'll try to be impregnated by him as well. So, what more can I say? I'm just trying to be an honest man. Anyway, go ahead, continue.
Facts. No, that is it. That is all, Theo. That is it all. And let me read the super chats. Shout out to Mr. Duck Dissident for the support. No country is utopia, There's a lot to be picky about at the end. It's about acceptance and assimilation and repopulation. Facts, bro. Absolute facts. Shout out to Ace of Spades for the support. Times have changed. Japan does white worshipping, and there's too much plastic surgery, even in Hokkaido. Ace of Spades, were you in Japan recently, brother? Should we get in touch? I definitely want to interview you about Hokkaido, bro. Japan is going in a direction that I'm not liking. You know, I don't know, bruv. You have to think about it very well. I can see, you know, remember when I asked Phil, right? Phil, why not get a Japanese wife again? Why not get a Japanese girlfriend? And Phil's like, nah, I don't want to do it again. I can see why. I can see why. You know, I really can.
Wait a minute. What do you mean? Times have changed. Japan does white worshipping. They've been doing that over 100 years. What are you talking about, bro? There's too much plastic surgery. What compared to where? Because have you seen Korea? They do it all over the place, all over the time, all over the place. Hokkaido, yeah, they're not doing big stuff. Like, nah, man. The country I'm surprised in Asia for plastic surgery are the South Koreans. I mean, that's just like holy. Even the Colombians, you see how much they have it? I mean, like, wait a minute, something's going on here. So, yeah, I understand what you're saying with that super chat. But keep on looking at Japan. That's, you know, they really don't have that much plastic surgery. They don't need it. They don't care. If anything, if Japanese women's teeth were suddenly perfect, that was something I would look at like, wow, what the heck?
Awesome. Okie dokie. So Theo,
you saw that. You saw that. You saw that, didn't you, when you were there? Their teeth. You saw the fake. You saw the vampire teeth, right? Yeah.
I saw jacked up teeth everywhere, bro. I'll be with you. I was like, what the flip?
Yeah. So they think that jacked up teeth are beautiful. It's their thing. They think they're really beautiful. And they think a girl who has it is kind of cute and pretty. So, I mean, that would be one of the changes I was in. Are we seeing that change? No. So that's still, I still look at images. I'm like, yep, got fang teeth. There's another one. Got another one. Dracula teeth. Yep. So, yeah, they always do white. We could be considered white worship, but you know, they still get down with us. That's all you gotta think. Are they gonna get down with us? Yes. Okay, good. That's all we need.
Awesome. All right, so let's wrap up the stream. Okay, we're gonna end it. So Theo, any closing statements, bro?
Again, that woman who slept with 100 guys. My only question was, how many of them were brothers? Right? I don't think she could have done 100 brothers. So that just shows you how valuable we are. Probably would only been like one or two, and then she would have said she's good. She would have gone to sleep. So that just shows you, yeah, we really do satisfy, don't we? Guys, Christmas is coming. Hope you guys enjoy yourselves. To our students, keep on studying. Okay, and we're doing a lot of good work on our classes, and let's keep it working. Okay, guys.
Thank you, Theo. Appreciate you, bro.
Yep. See ya.
Take it easy, bro. All right, brothers. For y'all, okay, as I'm about to end the stream, you know the deal. If you want Japan on cut, if you want Germany on cut, if you want Ibiza Spain on cut, get me to over 100 followers on Kick, okay, and on Twitch. So both platforms must be over 100 followers if you want those streams, okay? I want to get those streams done by the end of the year. Okay, we have 2 more weeks left. I want to go ham and just do streams every day, but get me to 100 followers on Twitch, over 100 on Twitch and Kick, and you will get those streams. Okay, you will get those streams. Okay, like I mentioned, Ibiza Spain is the devil's playground. All right. And I guess what? I don't want to keep all this info to myself. So I'm going to give it away for free on Twitch and on Kick. Get me to over 100 followers on Twitch and Kick. Create accounts on Twitch and on Kick, and follow me on both platforms, and you get those streams. Okay. I'm going to reveal to you the real Japan, good, the bad, and ugly. All right. Okay. I'm gonna tell you what happened to me in Munich, Germany. I'm gonna show you, right, how the devil is alive and well. The devil is alive and well in Ibiza, Spain. Bring some holy water, bring a cross, bring your Bible, because there's a lot of demons out there in Ibiza, Spain. And when you throw the holy water on them, okay, they turn into zombies. Okay. So, brothers, make sure you get that done. Make sure, please. Okay? Follow me on Twitch and Kick. Okay? You want those streams. I'm International Passport. It's been a pleasure. And I'll speak to you, brothers, very, very soon. Peace out.